All right then. This is big. Trying to um I want to apologize for being late. Something unexpected has come arrive. So this is going to be a sequel, a part two to an earlier live stream I did. I think like Friday or Saturday, and I was mentioning the wrong website. It was Match.com is what I said, but the actual website was actually OK Cupid was the one um that made the chart on their website. So in the description box of this live stream, I had put down the two articles that disprove um, Tommy Sotomayor and yes, of that of BGS IGMOR. I disproved BGS's talking point about black women. Um, that even though black women might be last of it's desirable, but let's be fair, black men are also um, count as undesirable by the same study, because the premise of the argument was white, outside of any outside of black society, um, the manosphere and also the SYSBM types will want you to believe that the argument is that white men are number one and then black men are number two. Um, that's not the case according to the articles that I put in the description box of this live stream. Now I'm not going to put all those articles and broadcast up. It's in the description box. You look it up for yourself. Is in the description box of this live stream. So I'm not going to show you everything, but I'm going to show you one. And let me go in the chat room here. And I see pure yes pure yeah I was supposed to be doing this live an hour ago. Um, what's going on, King of Lions? What's going on, Joe John? And since there's four of y'all here, let me put up this wall up here. It's right here. Um, um, you know what? Yes, let me put this up here. And my Wi-Fi is kind of weak. My Wi-Fi is kind of weak over here. Um, yeah, that's 80% power. Um, let me try to move to another location real quick. So anyway, hello, hello, pure butterfly. What's going on with you? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this up here to demonstrate a point. Uh-oh. To demonstrate a point. Now this is from 2014. Um, now that's not all what it said, but this is what it says on here. But then there is an article that I would like to share, and let me try to see if I can put it up here if if this thing will allow me to do, because this Wi-Fi is wonky. This Wi-Fi is wonky over here because I'm not at where I usually do my Wi-Fi do my live streams at. So y'all have to forgive me. So um so let me put it like this. So let me go ahead and share this real quick. Let me share the screen. Share screen. Let me see. Yeah. And the article that I'm about to share, and it will disprove BGS's talking points. This is from the website. This is from Huffington Post, HuffPost.com, and this is an old. It was written in 2014, September the 12th, 2014, and it's been updated on December the 6th, 2017. So people are this, updating the data on here, and this is by Alexis Kleiman. If you're a black man or woman or Asian man, now hold on, listen to the first sentence. If you are a black man or woman or Asian man, you're going to have a users on the popular dating site have a clear bias against certain races, according to a new blog post by OKQ co-founder Christian Reuter, at millions of OKCupid interactions between 2009 and 2014, involving more than 25 million people, and charted out the racial and gender preferences found. To do more, no, excuse me, to do this, he studied how people rated potential dates on Quick Match, a feature that shows you profiles at and even though white men are the most users in this, but here is the class. Here's 11%, of course, minus 16% for black women, minus one for Latino, 7% for white women. When it comes to black men rating, negative 3% for black women, 3% for 18%, 2% for Latino women, 10% for white women for their own race. Now, when it comes for uh, women rating men, uh, Asian women rating Asian men at 10%, negative 14% for black men, negative uh, 12% for Latino men, and yes, 16% for white men. Black women rating Asian men is a negative 11%, 16% for black men. And that's the only group that's having a plus uh, For black men, that's the only group that has a plus, a positive number. If you look at if you look at these stats here, and let me use this bar here. Wait a minute. I think there's a bar. Well, anyway, Latino women 16% for Asian men, -4 for black men. For her own men is 10%, and that's only beating white men by 1 percentage point. White women rating Asian men -12, -6% for black men, 1% for Latino men, and a whopping 14%. I mean, no, excuse me, a 17% fairly for their own men. So here's a chart from 2014. Same thing. Same for different year. So it says for Asian men, um, men rating women, Asian men, 15% for their own women, -20 for black women, 2% for Latino women, 3% for white women. Black women rating uh, Asian women is 2%, 1% for black women, uh, 2% for Latino women, -6 for white women. I wonder why there is a difference. Why is there a number change on that? That's something that needs to be talked about. That's a very interesting difference between 2009 and 2014. Latino men rating 4% for Asian women, -18%, 10% for their own women, 4% for white women. White men 9% for Asian women. Wow. Listen. It's like Asian women are getting more responses from white men, and you know, for all races of women. For some reason, um, -17%, 3%. Women rating men. Um, if you look at down here, only 23%. The only positive number black men receive is from black women. Every other group has a negative um, when it comes to black men. Asian women get a -27%, a -16% among Latino women. White women get a -8. So um, this is this is the most updated one that I've seen yet thus far. But then, like I said earlier, um, um, uh, yeah, like I said earlier, the I have other links in the description box if y'all want to read some more into it. I really, if I have time, I would do it, but for right now, I promise y'all I was going to do this video, so that's why I just want to do this for a short notice. So let me drop the link for pure butterfly, since so she wants to come up. Yeah, yeah. So sphere by people in the manosphere in the SYSBM community. Um, and here's the link, Pierre. Here is the link. Let me give you the link. Um, the 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 whole premise is the whole argument I received from BGS IGMOR is a very flawed argument. It's a flawed argument, and I'm getting really tired of a lot of you getting up on YouTube and saying and doing these irrational
Hello? Big J? Jay? Hello? Are you there? Should I leave and come back in? Let me do that. I'll leave and come back in.
I'm gonna move on to a better location here. Um, y'all to forgive me. Um, I'm gonna move to a better location so y'all can. I'm gonna bring her back on in a minute since I got my battery work. Since I got my battery working, so let me move over to this location over here, and I'm gonna let Pure talk. Okay, Pierre. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I hear you now.
Hello.
Um,
Okay. Okay.
can you
Good.
hear me? Okay.
Yeah. I hear you.
So the
Okay.
stats
Go
really,
ahead now.
so you're basically, you got that from a dating site, right?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes. That
so
that was okay Cupid. That was from Okay Cupid, and Huffington
okay.
Post did a story about that years ago or a couple years ago on that. So yeah.
Yeah, because white men, oh, they're very into Asian women. That's been happening for at least 60 years now.
Right.
So that's not far-fetched that white men find Asian women extremely attractive, because that's, they usually do, go after Asian women. However, as we both said, the type of the race of women that are really seeking black men out are, what did that dating site say? Black women. Black
Right.
women are seeking out black men,
Right.
which is not far-fetched because it goes along with everything we said, that basically, when it comes to marriage, divorce, whatever, that black men and black women are marrying each other. Did we not say that?
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Right. So I don't understand this this argument that we are second in getting, that we're second to white men, um and this is what they was and the thing was they were using this. What was so funny about this, that the same people that are talking about black women are the least desired, well it said the same thing. They using the same the same study, and that I'm using. They're using the
Oh.
same study that I'm using. So why
And what
would
did and what did it say that who desired black women the most?
black men, wait,
Oh,
hold on.
okay.
Yeah, well, yeah, I mean black women got the most, uh, you know, um, got she got more favorable rates from her own men.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
that's not far-fetched. That's what I'm saying. And it's the same thing, even if you're not on a dating site dating. The facts
right,
are that white women and white men are going to date each other at the highest rates. Black women and black men are going to date each other at the highest rates. Asian men and Asian women are going to date each other at the highest rates. This is just what it is. So I don't know where he felt like what we were saying was incorrect. It's not. It's
Mhm.
not.
Mhm. Right. Right. It's so asinine for him to come on here and try to try to make that argument when
Yeah.
and the thing is though the thing is he was trying to use the same website that I'm using right now. He used the same website that I use right now.
He got so pissed off with me though, Big J, saying that when he said that white women desire black men, and I said, no, you're incorrect. They don't. They desire their own men. The majority, if you're talking majority of people, white women desire white men more than they desire black men. I don't know where you think that white women desire black men over white men as a whole. It doesn't happen. It's the same thing with these people saying, oh, black women desire white men over black men. We know that's not true. Come on. We know it's
And
not true.
then though he made this story of the government is forcing black men or forcing the races to the multiple races to mix. I said,
I
That's
mean,
not
I
necessary.
don't know what he
That's
was talking about because I went to a predominantly all black school and that wasn't happening the way he claims it is. It didn't happen there
yeah, yeah,
at all.
like I went to the predominantly white school. I don't see white women just choosing black men like that. I mean,
No,
and
no.
the ones who are choosing black men. I mean, I'm talking about the white women that actually date black men.
Hmm.
They're not. Let me put it like this: they're usually friends with this black man before they got the
Yeah,
relationship with this dude. It's not, you know,
exactly.
if you go to a, you know, if you go to a bar or a club somewhere, um, is usually usually what happened is a black man is going to go after a black woman because that's safer. Same way for a white man going after a white woman. It's going to be safer. It's safe.
Hmm.
He's playing safe because like you don't know this other woman. That's an unknown. But if
Yeah,
he already knows who she is and she knows who he is, yes, the likely chance then she will date him or there will be a date.
yeah.
Other than that though, like
Interracial dating, no matter if it's black and white or if it's Asian and white or if it's whatever, is a very small percentage outside of different racial groups. It just doesn't happen as frequently and as much as he's claiming that it does. It doesn't.
mm-hmm,
It just doesn't.
mm-hmm. And
Yeah, I don't know where
I
these
find
dudes come up with this stuff.
yeah, and I find it funny, and I was talking to Black Woman Sphere. She was laughing at you going in on BGS though, because I was
Yeah,
talking to
she
her
told
earlier
me.
though.
She
Yeah,
told me.
yeah, yeah. I was talking to her. Yeah, yeah, she was laughing at how you went out, and I told her, listen, that's an old rival. That's an old rivals right there, But yeah,
Yeah, but
yeah. But
it's like because
I got tired. I got tired.
he tries to belittle people and he thinks when he throws these fake stats out that he is the king of the hill. He is the educated one among all educated people. For God's sake, he has these twats sitting there calling him the master teacher. Get out of here with that dumb shit. That master teacher went out,
Right.
that freaking phrase went out with Dr. York. Get the fuck out of here with that master teacher shit. Come on.
Dr. York. Oh my God, man, that's an old name. I forgot about Dr. York. I
That's where
forgot
that
about
phrase
Dr.
comes.
York. But anyway,
That's where it
yeah,
came from. They used to call Dr. York the master teacher.
yeah. I forgot about that. Yeah,
Come
and
on.
yeah, yeah, and that's why I showed him the video of little big Nate. I mean,
Hmm.
that was one of his students. Little Big Nate was his student. So he didn't like that. So video of little,
Are you?
that's who student. Who you of I show you I gave the fruit back to his tree. You know?
Yeah,
I said, hey tree, here is your fruit. Now you have to accept this fruit that like you have created.
yeah,
You know, I'm just
yeah.
saying.
So I mean, I don't know where he thinks that what we said was wrong. These are the facts. Most racial dynamic, the very small percentage of people mix race. They just very it's a very small percentage. And what he was talking about, I don't know. I mean, do you, as a man, you need that kind of stroking of your ego to make you feel good about yourself before you go to bed at night? Come on now, that's retarded shit.
Yeah,
That's
and
some
he thought,
retarded shit.
like, and he thought though, he thought though he was going to have one over me when I knew when he kept on saying these studies. I know where he got that study from. Now I mentioned the wrong name of the website. I thought it was
Yeah.
Match.com. It wasn't Match.com that did it. It was OK Cupid. And I
Okay.
wasn't the only person that I'm not the only person who talked about. There was a woman on what is that, like there used to be a show on Comedy Central. I'm trying to remember what was that show?
I don't
It
know.
was a table full of black women, and it was this black man hosting the show, and she was talking about this. She was still talking about the study and talking
Yeah.
about how fraud it was. And then when I looked at it closer at the study when it when it comes to black men. Well,
Mhm.
I mean, there are negative effects, and this is why I keep on telling them, listen, if y'all really want to be seen as second to white men, or more than white men, then therefore you would have to attain some type of political or economic power to be seen.
I
And
mean,
I know.
I can tell you what I found sexy about my ex-husband who happened to be a black man, and it was not what he looked like. It was not what it was none of that. It was his personality. Like, he was funny. Like, he was one of the funniest people I know. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
He's highly educated. He didn't brag about all his education. He could just pop off information just like that. Like, extremely educated, right?
Mhm.
Extremely funny. Like, I mean, sense of humor out of this world. Like, just a legit funny guy too. But there was a lot of other qualities that had absolutely nothing to do with his skin tone or his phenotype. You know what
Right.
I'm trying to say?
Right. Right.
So I mean, to be desirable, you have to really lay the law down. What do you mean by desirable? Because a really funny guy, a highly educated man, is desirable to a lot of women, myself included. So
Mm.
what do they actually think is desirable? Getting on here, calling women bitches or thoughts or whatever, that's not desirable. I'm sorry, it's not desirable language. It's not a desirable trait. So I don't know what I mean, are these men critiquing each other? Because if you're asking for women's input, these men talking about how desirable they are, they get a zero. There's nothing desirable about them. Their personality is shit. You know what I mean? So, I mean, what's desirable? That's what I got to know. I got to know what makes them feel in their mind they're desirable, because women aren't seeing the same kind of thing that they claim they're seeing. So that's my point. Like, the stats, like him trying to throw out stats. He's always trying to throw out stats. Come on. Listen, the majority of people don't go to those dating sites to find a date. Let's be honest.
Mhm.
Very few, probably not even a 1% of the dating population uses those sites, those websites.
Right.
So people are dating outside of that website data. So I mean, so everything's skewed too, right?
Hmm. Yeah,
So for
and they want to use the whole topic of, well, Big J, well, this is what I see, like just like what BGS trying to do, say, well, I got sons. You remember when he got on here, he talked about, well, my sons are with white women,
so
as
what?
if though, as if though that's supposed to prove the entire world. Listen, that's like saying, well, I'm living among sharks. Okay,
Mhm.
that's fine. I'm living among sharks, but I'm in the middle of the ocean.
Mhm.
Where sharks at? Why should I tell somebody in the middle of Montana about sharks when there's no sharks in Montana? You
I
know,
mean,
it,
the
it- it's
nothing.
it's it'll say, trying to use his personal experience and try to use that on somebody else who live in middle of nowhere, um is a it's a flawed argument. He making a flawed argument, trying to
Yeah.
trying to try to use his sons as a barometer,
I
for every black person, for every black man in America.
I live in Vegas, and
Right.
Vegas is not afraid to. It's not a city that's afraid to racially mix. But I will tell you this: you see more black men with black women, and vice versa, black women with black men, than you ever see white women with black men out here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Now, having said that, now I know Wacky's on here, and I remember I made a statement about Dallas, right? Now,
Right.
okay, Dallas, a place like Dallas, that's where you see a lot of interracial couples. Um,
Right.
yeah, but Dallas is in the middle of Texas, is the middle of the South. So that's one little uh 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 geographical location, a wide area.
Yeah.
That's just one little area.
Mhm.
I know everybody want to talk about interracial couples in California. Well, there's not that many. Well, that's the part the demographics of California demand, kind of created interracial relationships
Yeah.
because of the decrease in
The
population of blacks, and then you got an increase of Hispanics and Asians. Of course, though, there's going to be interracial mixing. So
But
so so
the point is, I mean, you proved the point that it's black women choosing black men and usually black men choosing black women, vice versa.
right.
So what he's saying is it's like it's a deaded topic. Why is he even talking about that? It makes no sense.
Yo, can I say something?
Yeah, go
Hey
ahead.
Wacky, how you doing?
What's going on? What's going on? Like, I might be segueing the topic a little bit, so if I am, I apologize. But that debunks this whole notion that quote unquote Latinas are the enemies of so called black females for black males. Can y'all hear me?
Ex-
Yeah,
yeah, we
yeah,
can hear
I
you.
hear you. I hear
Yeah,
you.
Continue.
that debunks that notion. And, I'm just tired of. Okay, this is the thing, right? With that whole concept, is that people want to separate Latinas as if they are a separate race when Latino or Latina people is an ethnicity, not a race. There's a difference between a race and an ethnicity. And- but yeah, that's what I wanted to say, man. But
Yeah, yeah, and I'm glad that you say that, because how can you do that when you got Afro Latinos?
exactly.
If you go this, I know some black Mexicans.
Yeah, me too. They're
Yeah,
in my
yeah,
family.
Okay, okay. Pure says she got black Mexicans in the family. Okay, like southern Mexico, that central part of Mexico. That's where you see a large number of black Mexicans. I mean, Afro Mexicans, and then though you got Afro, and then you got a lot of Colombians who are
yep,
Afro Latino. So
yeah,
like the argument that Kevin Samuels put out, and what and what homeboy BGS was trying to put out is bullshit. The
Yeah.
argument is bullshit. I mean, you trying to use that top, and then the LR movement try to came after me about, well, you in Texas and I'm in Texas. Yeah, yeah, though you in Houston, I'm in South Texas. You
You
know,
got you got men on Reg's hangout calling me a black man hater because I said that white women are not choosing black men and they're not finding black men desirable in the way that BGS is saying. And they're so pissed off with me for saying that, but that's the truth. White women are choosing white men the same way that black men and black women are choosing each other. That's just what it is.
hmm
I
Why
mean,
are they so
you're most
pissed?
likely. I mean, you're more likely to find like interracial couples in in urban cities or in metropolitan cities where you have multiple races within the same proximity together.
Yeah.
Which is why if you go to places like Dallas, go to places like Los Angeles, San Francisco, New York in a way, Philadelphia, Chicago, you see an increase of interracial couples. But I mean, statistically, that's within all races that all races date each other more often than they do interracially. So that also defeats this fake pro-black notion where they try to make it seem as if interracial dating is somehow destroying or decreasing the black population when most black people, statistically speaking, don't engage in interracial dating or interracial relationships.
Thank you. I'm glad you said that, Wacky, because when I said
Yeah.
it, they're calling me a black man hater, and I'm like, how? How am I a black man hater for
yeah.
telling the truth?
Yeah, and
But how can
most
you be? Hold on, but how can you be a black male hater when you was a wife of a black man?
They don't care about that.
You
I
know,
don't
I
go
mean,
around talking
you
about it.
you
I
married,
don't care about it. You know, I
but
don't care about their opinion. I know what I am.
yeah, I
You know
know,
what I'm saying?
yeah, but it's so stupid because you married a black man. That's
Yeah.
the point, and they so stupid, and like they knew, like they know, they know, man. You married a black man because like
Yeah, but I didn't let me just say this. And I'm gonna put this out here. I didn't marry my husband because of his dick size. I didn't marry my husband because of his skin color. I didn't marry my husband because of his phenotype. I was already in love with my husband when we talked on the phone before I even met him.
wow, wow, okay, okay,
damn man,
We
he gamed
talked
you
for
like that.
we we
yeah,
talked for like 8 months before we even met every day on the phone.
Damn, he ran that game on you, huh? Is it the is it the Haitian brother you talking about?
Yeah, that's what I'm
Oh,
saying. While they're sitting here talking to these men are so superficial. They're everything about what they're talking about is superficial. Nothing has any spiritual connection behind it, has no kind of intellectual connection behind it, has no kinetic connection behind it, has nothing. They're only going by they think women are just looking at them physically. No, no, it don't go like that. It don't go like that. So that's my story. My story is I hadn't even met my husband when I was already in love with him. We talked every day, never met each other prior.
hmm, yeah, but
So
yeah, so but
the shit they're talking, these men are talking, it's all garbage. It's all garbage. It
yeah.
is.
And I'm gonna say like this too though. They really messed up though. What well anyway I'll talk about that later on though because they already messed up already. What the big game OJ did. He already messed up what he did to them people over there at on Aaron Fountain's channel. Going after them, going after going after people's personal. He talked about one man's wife over there and all that stuff. He already messed up on that. But anyway, go
Mhm.
ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I finished saying what I was saying. I mean, the stuff that they're putting out here, that's why it's so irritating because BGS was on here. Oh yeah, millions upon millions of white women are choosing black men, millions upon millions of white women are what was the other word he said, Big J?
They're choosing black
Not
men.
just choosing, but it was something else he said.
Well, can I step in because, okay, just to BGS's defense, he did not exactly say that. He said something as if that when you look at the population, there are enough available um Caucasian females for so-called black males because he just gave the ratio. He's like, he stated that there's about what 7 million adult black males in America,
That
and
was
there's
after he got.
more
That's
than
what.
and there
That
was
was.
Pure. And he said something about there was about 100 million, I don't know, 100 million or so Caucasian females out there. So he said there's enough numbers for available Caucasian females to date black males. He said something like that. He was just talking about just the
That was
population.
after. Prior to that, before he got on the panel with me, he was on the panel with Big J on another live stream, and he said millions upon millions of white women are choosing black men
Oh, he
over
said
white
that
women.
on which live stream is that? Which live
It
stream
was
is that?
like the one before, the day before that.
It
Okay.
was somebody. It was like two three live streams between me and him.
And
Oh,
my thing was,
he said
this
that
was my
verbatim.
thing.
No,
Yeah, he did.
I don't know about the millions and millions, but he said
He
tens of
said millions
thousands
upon millions.
or millions. He said million. He said the word millions a couple of
Yes.
times though.
Yeah.
You know.
So, but my
Which
thing
stream is
is,
that?
this the one, but Big J did the day before that one that you're talking about. This is my thing though, Wacky. Why would these white women, these millions of white women who can absorb, as he put it, black men, but why would they? That's my question.
What you mean? What you mean?
Why would they?
Okay, what you mean? Be more specific.
Why would they choose to absorb black men? Why would they?
Yeah, but be more specific. Like, what are you trying to get at?
What I'm saying is they already choose their own race of men, right? What makes these black men BGS is speaking of be so special that these women are going to bypass their own race of men and go straight to black men? Why would they?
Okay, so the thing of what BGS was saying is that just the numbers is there. That's all. That's all he's saying. The numbers is there.
Yeah, but understand that. But he never break down the number of these quote unquote available black men. He never talks about why these men are single in the
But
first place.
yeah,
Because
and pure. You have to be careful when you're saying that because they're going to use that against you. So why would
I don't
they?
care. Because the point is,
I mean,
why
you
would
do
I'm being
care
honest.
because you brought up Rest the Bad Guy. You brought up what Rest the Bad Guy or the people in his channel
So, but why
are
would they?
accusing you
That's my
of.
thing.
So
Why would they choose? Why would they bypass men that they're already accustomed to being with and out of the blue go to another race of men who they have nothing in common with and choose that man?
well,
Why
how do you
would
know if
they?
they have nothing in common with them?
no, but on a
No. Let Pew Butterfly respond. Like, how would you know if they have nothing in common with them? Because
Okay, let's be honest. You're gonna take like Big J says, you take a woman in Montana, right? Right?
mm-hmm,
Somebody that is a homegrown super white girl, right?
mm-hmm.
And then the men BGS is talking about are these city dudes, these dudes on YouTube. They have a whole nother philosophy on life. They have a whole nother, their cultures don't match, nothing matches. So why would that woman choose these black men that BGS is speaking of?
Well. My cousin's one of these black men that that actually been married to a white woman from Montana, literally for
yeah,
almost 20 years and stuff like that. So, I mean, there is a
Okay.
and for them to be married for that long, there is a commonality.
So
I mean,
so what was it about your cousin that she particularly found attractive that made her want to marry him? Because these men,
Well,
let's be honest,
that's something you got to
let's be
ask her.
honest,
But
these
what I
men
hold
are
on,
not.
but pure, what I'm trying to say is that because you brought up that example, all I'm saying is that my cousin is an example of that because he literally is a guy that grew up in the inner city and that found a wife from Montana, a Caucasian female. And what I'm trying to say is that even though they both came from two different walks of life, they got together and they found some sort of commonality to be married for almost 20 years with two children. You know
But
what I'm saying? So
that sounds
so what
what
I'm no
more
no so
like
what I'm trying to say is that to say that of a group of people from one race have no commonality with a group from another race, that's not all the way true. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, yeah,
well,
but wacky, but wacky.
I would venture to say that your cousin and his wife's story is a unicorn story, because let's be honest, all these white women are not choosing black men. That's
Well,
the fact.
that's not my argument, but what I'm saying is but the thing what I'm saying is that for the fact that interracial couples do exist, obviously there is a commonality.
Hey, verbal.
Right.
Um,
Yeah, but yeah, okay. I think using Montana and Wyoming is is a flawed argument because most if you go to Wyoming and Montana, those are mostly there's more women. Women outnumber men in those states, dramatically. Um, and I don't.
well, I mean, his argument, wacky, is like me saying the uh what's the word what am I looking for? Um, where Big J.
Let me put it like this. Let me put it like this. See. BGS is trying to argue on solely on sexual prowess.
Yeah.
Every argument he was trying to
No,
do
no,
was
I get BGS's argument, right?
mhm.
But what I'm telling them, Pew, is that be careful when you just turn around and say, "Why would they?" Because that will come across as racist by anyone else that's watching it. That's all I'm saying.
Well, you know what? But
I don't think it's racist at all, because it's in the and vice
No, I'm
versa.
not. I'm not saying. Okay, I know you.
Why would random black men choose a woman they have no commonality? Well, no, I won't even go there. Whatever.
That's
Because
what.
these are the men.
that's
These
that.
are the men sitting here saying that
I,
that these women they're basing everything on sex. So yeah,
what I'm
that's
saying is that what I'm saying, even though you don't think it's racist, what I'm saying is that other people who would be watching this would perceive that as racist.
I don't see
So
how.
that's
Come
what
on.
I'm saying. So be careful with the choice of words that you use.
Now
Mhm.
I know, well, I know though that that's not racist. I know what you're
No,
saying. It's
I'm
No.
not
not
racist.
saying it is.
Yeah,
I'm
but
not
yeah,
saying it is. Yo.
Let me
yeah,
these are you're talking about people that make up stories and lies about people on a daily basis. So they're gonna say whatever they want. For God's sake, you got one dude sitting here saying, "Oh, Pure wipes her toilet
But
seat with a Kleenex and
yeah,
then
yeah, yeah,
puts it on her face." So
yeah, yeah, yeah.
they're gonna make up as many lies as they want to. Come on
but
now.
the thing is, you don't give them ammunition for them to keep on making up
There's
lies.
no I don't care about their fucking ideas and
For them
ammunition,
to
because
keep
they
on
make up their
twisting.
own ammunition.
I mean,
They make up their own shit.
pure. You
wacky,
brought up.
wacky. They started the bullshit.
No, I get it, but the
They
thing is, the fact that
listen,
but
Reg the bad guy, big game of Rental James. They started the bullshit, and I'm going to end it.
but the
I'm
fact
going
of the
to end
matter. Hold
that.
on, Big J. Let me say something. But the fact of the matter is that a lot of times, y'all would make, especially you, Big J, y'all would make videos responding to the things that Rich the bad guy or Brian
I don't,
Triple
because I
X
don't
or
watch your
Big
shit.
Game. Well, you just did earlier today.
I mean,
In this stream.
let
But
me
hold on.
I
Let me say something. Let me say something. Hold on. Let me finish. The thing is, Big J, and you did this also, Pure, today, is that y'all would respond to the things that Rest the Bad Guy, Big Game on Thor James, and Brian Triple X and company would say about y'all. But what I'm saying is that since y'all do that, there's a PCI that care about what they say. But what I'm trying to say, Pure, is that when you say that, they gonna take that and use it against you to the utmost. Yo, they gonna all right, never mind. I'm done.
No, no, no. Don't tell me. Go ahead and say it. Go ahead and say it.
because they already make
No,
up
no, I'm
shit.
good. I'm
They've
good.
already
I'm
made
good.
up shit. Come on now.
They already made it.
Half of them don't know, they don't even know my whole family structure. They don't know about my children, they don't know about my marriage, they don't know about none of that shit. I don't care though. I don't give a fuck. I'm not trying to win brownie points with them motherfuckers. I'm not.
I want them gone. Tell you the truth, I want them out. I want them gone. All that little messy bullshit they've been doing. I want them gone. Tell you the truth,
Mhm.
you know, all them lying and shit and making up shit on folks. Get tired of that shit. Let me see what black privilege have to say since he's in here. What's going on, black privilege?
How's it going, fam? Is my mic okay?
Yeah.
All right, what's up? I don't, look. I don't know the point of paying attention to BGS more. It's like his whole clique right there. It's just it's a hug box, man. It's like they're just hanging around each other, talking shit, and nothing's getting done. Nothing productive is happening on the BGS more's channel anyway. So
Mhm.
it. I mean, what's the point of paying attention to him? You know,
Right.
you know.
Right. But like like I said though, he actually considered me his one of his biggest enemies though. He considered me one of his
I
biggest enemies though, man. 'Cause,
I still remember a panel that Black Privilege was on because I think Black Privilege, he's a Haitian brother, right?
Yeah, that's right.
It's like I felt like mon cher. It's like I felt like
So I got
yeah,
very much.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because I remember Black Privilege. He came on BGS. I know Black Privilege remember this, where for whatever reason it was BGS, Black Privilege, another Haitian brother, Edward Anderson, an angry man on the
Mhm.
panel, and I ended up coming on the panel, and it was just this whole big old argument between, you know,
Yeah.
quote unquote ADOS blacks and Haitian
Hmm.
folks, and the difference between the two.
We getting murdered. Like
Yeah,
the ADOS blacks are getting murdered out here. I was trying to tell them like they're all part of this corner boy culture of dropping out of society and living in the subways while they watch immigrants take their jobs. Like they don't want to talk about that nonsense. They don't want to talk about it. They don't want to address real issues that's affecting our community. They want to flex and they want to preem and it's boy culture to tell you the truth. And,
Mhm.
you know, and, that, and
okay.
that's and that's what and that's what I was trying to get him. I was trying to get BJS to think. Listen, man, our problems is actually economics. It's not women. Our
Hmm.
problems is
Exactly.
Socioeconomics.
education. Yeah, social economic policies issue what that's what Don Gordito was trying to tell me. Well, Big J, why are you mad at the black manosphere? Well, I told y'all, listen, when y'all separate yourselves from the white manosphere, and back then, and even back then, when I was involved, I was into that political shit. I was talking about, hey man, we gotta solve this. We gotta solve this right here.
Yep.
This is the reason why black men are not um you know
Thriving.
it's not progressing, all that, and all I get from like the big five is fuck you, Big J. Hair weave and the black woman and her pussy is the most toxic thing on the planet.
and and,
I'm
Mhm.
like,
and
I'm
Big
like,
J and Big J ain't no point answering Don Gordito. That's a dumb motherfucker. That nigga, that
I
dude is
like
stupid.
Don. I like Don
yeah,
Gordito.
but Don
That's an
tried.
idiot.
But Don tried to make it about my personal life. He tried to say, well, Big J, you call yourself a loser. No. You call yourself a failure. Yes, nigga, I did. And so what? So what? I mean, meaning to one's mistakes is that supposed to be a downgrade from one meaning his own mistakes is
N-
a downgrade. No,
no,
just
no,
being honest
no,
about
it's not.
myself.
Hi, everyone. Hi, Kira.
Hi, how
Hey,
you
Hi,
Big
Jay.
doing?
J. I'm
What's
You know,
up?
good. Hey, Wacky. Hey, Black Privilege. I don't think I've met you before or been on a panel with you, but to what you were saying, Big J, thanks for having me. Yeah, see, the thing is, and I think I was thinking about this maybe yesterday or earlier today, but there is no way to fix an actual problem unless you can identify the problem, right? Like if you know your house gets flooded, you have to find the source of the flood. You got to find the source of the leak, right? You can't just get mad because the carpets are all wet. That's not going to solve anything. And then bitch and get on YouTube and bitch and complain about how horrible carpets are because they get wet. No, no, no. You have to go in and go find that leak and plug it up and fix it and all that stuff. If you can't find the problem and refuse to identify it and reject anyone who's trying to tell you what that problem may be, you will never ever find a solution, right? And that's what the Black Manosphere is to me. So when you, Big J, go over there, and other certain men are very few, but there are those who do and try to say, hey, this is the focus. This is what we should be focusing on. This is the issue. They don't want to hear that. They don't want to hear that because they don't want to get to the root of the problem. They just want to complain and not take any accountability at all for anything they may be doing wrong or have done wrong, or maybe they chose the wrong woman. They were looking for the wrong things. We all do that. As a woman, I have chosen the wrong men before. Why? Because I was looking for the wrong things. Now I can make better choices because I know what to look for now, right?
Right.
That doesn't make all men horrible and bad because I didn't know and fully understand who I was as a woman and what I needed to be actually looking for. That was trial and error, but I had to learn from those things. If I didn't learn from them and didn't understand that it was fully in my control who I let in my life, then I'd still be in the same place, making bad fucking decisions. What is so hard about that? Why can't men do that?
Well, like I said before, masculinity manifests itself as a pathological fear of your vulnerability. So you can't even admit when you're vulnerable sometimes. It's kind of why we have a problem with homosexuality. It's why we don't go to the doctor enough. It's why we don't open up. We just afraid of ever being vulnerable because that could be used as a weapon against us and whatever, whatever. My thing is, look, if you look at from the big picture, I'll tell you this: women are the frontline soldiers of humanity. We know love through women, we know happiness through women, we know family through women. And men, well, we're supposed to be the frontline soldiers of civilization. So we're structured and we're disciplined, we're stoic, we're structured, we do what we have to do. The problem now is that we're in a late form of civilization where they don't need warriors anymore. They don't need street hustlers who know how to pack heat no more. They need responsible adults who understand their humanity, who understands their vulnerabilities, who understands their weaknesses and who could admit it and prosper and fix the problem. That's what I'm seeing.
Well, the thing is that it's not just men who have a problem with vulnerability. Women do too. No one likes to be. It's not comfortable to be vulnerable. It's not really comfortable for the majority of people. You really have to grow into that, and it takes a lot of
Mhm.
self-confidence and
Well,
self-love to be able to be vulnerable with someone and understand that whether they accept it or reject it, it's still going to
mhm,
be okay. You're not going to die because someone can't understand your vulnerability because they can't be vulnerable, right? So what I see in these spaces is a lot of lack, an extreme lack of self love, self actualization, realization, and accountability for the fact that we are in control of our own lives, our destinies, the choices we make, and who we let into our lives and reject out of our lives. We are in control of that. And people are giving up their control to other people. Everything that happens to you is outside of you. No, many things that happen to you are a series of choices that you made along the way. That does not take accountability from people who hurt you or do wrong things. However, your series of choices and the way that you think have led you to certain actions and then certain behaviors and then certain choices, right? So, why can't we all just accept that?
right.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, my thing.
Yeah.
Let, let,
I,
let me say, okay,
yeah.
go ahead, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah. I just want to make a small distinction. Like someone said that there's a difference between vulnerability and weakness, and I think a lot of things that we're seeing is weakness, because vulnerability is not something to be judged, but weakness is when you're doing all those stupid things all those self-destructive things that you know are against your nature. That's it.
Yeah. And
One of the things
before
that
let me say something.
BGS.
Hold on, let me say something. Let me say something. Well, first and foremost, Jersey Ham in the chat made a very good statement. That's absolutely true. But you know, but on the other
Right.
hand, another point is that one of the things that people forget about these quote unquote red pill spaces is that it was never supposed to be a quote unquote dating or relationship space. The red pill spaces was supposed to be about confronting the ills of the system that we live under. So it was all about confronting the system and how these red pill spaces or the black manosphere originally started off is speaking about black relationships as as like a result of a corrupt system, and what you see within black relationships is just a result of a corrupt system. But we spoke about other aspects of the system that we live in that negatively impact black people, and I don't see people discussing that enough in today's manosphere space. How it's the system that black people are living under and forced to live under for Lord knows how many years, that is it has put so-called black people in this position, that have conditioned and socialized black people to go against each other and view each other in such a negative light. And let's find solutions on how we could reverse that. But the thing is that right now you're not seeing that. You're just seeing, this shit where you have an infiltration of so-called incels coming onto these spaces and just venting, speak about their sexual frustrations. And on the flip side, you have black male hating females. They're venting and venting, talking about how they hate black males. They're dusty, they ain't shit. And that's not what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be about confronting the corruption of the system that we're living in. And I don't,
Okay,
and
but no one's going to do that. Like, let's face it, at this point in 2022, we understand that, and I'm not even, this is not on black women, this is on black men, because black men are men, you're men. And when black men talk about quote unquote black women haters, and I'm not saying black men haters, and I'm not saying there aren't a few out there, but really what I hear in this space from black women who have a critique is more of, there's an expectation that you do better. And to hear black men cower down and blame everything outside of themselves for if they have agency, they truly have agency to change, is
Yeah.
disappointing. And that is a weakness. Someone said in the chat, showing vulnerability is a weakness. No, that's not a weakness. It's only a weakness if you view it that way. And the people who you're around don't show their own vulnerability, so they also view it as a weakness. And still, we're looking outside of ourselves. What can we do? Because we're living in 2022 now, right? We cannot continue to rest on the laurels of slavery and on the system and the white man, because there's literally nothing that you can name me that you can't do in 2022 to better yourself, if it is what your drive is to do so.
But there is we do live underneath a corrupt system, and although there are solutions that we could do to solve it and counter it, I agree with that. But let's not sit there and act like that we're not living underneath a corrupt system
All
that
right, but
have
we've been
placed so-called black
complaining.
people. But we could address the issues and put
How?
our minds together and
When?
solve these. Hold on, verbal. That's what I'm saying. We can do that, but
When?
also when. Well, we could do that
Yeah,
now.
when is it going to happen? Because see, the thing
Well, we
is
could
I've
do
been
that. We
hearing
could do
this
that
system.
now.
Well, we've been hearing
But
the system thing, and I think that there has to be a point.
what I
We understand the system we're living under, right? We've been living under it
what I'm
for
trying to
hundreds of
say is
years.
that people
Everybody
are
lives under
missing
this
that
system,
point.
and they still find a way to succeed as a people. How
They're
do
not
the
just
But
agree.
other people who are
okay,
oppressed succeed?
They're not
well,
just agree with that point.
Well, this is
Can I?
what, okay, so here's my question.
Uh,
How do other people, because black people are not the only ones who are living under a white supremacist oppressive system, right? Which is not as oppressive
I
as
agree.
it
I
used to
agree.
be. How do those people get through that system and still succeed as a community. So maybe we should stop focusing on something that we clearly aren't willing to get out there and actually change, and focus on, let's look at the
Mhm.
model of the other minorities or groups of people all across the world, because it's not only in America, and see how, what do they do as a community together
I don't.
with their
Mhm.
families, with the
The,
men
the,
and the women. What do they do to overcome this so-called
that
oppressive
that
system
go,
that's holding black men back?
that just go into my point when I stated previously that this space was originally meant to address that and find solutions to solve these issues. That's my whole point that I was trying to say. And what I'm saying is that we got off track from that. And you
Can I
made a point
interject?
earlier, Verbal. Hold on for a minute, Pure. Verbal, you made an earlier point when you stated that you responded to me saying that, well, it's on the men when it comes to addressing certain things in the system. Although I agree with that, but it's also on black females too, because black females have been socially engineered a certain way, and it's on them to break away from this social engineering. So it's not only on so-called
I'm
black
so
males,
confused. First of all,
but it's also on so-called black females too when it
you
comes
mean
to
black
being
women?
socialized in these black
Black
females, so-called black
women?
females. I'll say females,
Why do you use that term females?
because I can.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah,
So
but it's also on
I'm a
black females,
woman.
sister.
I'm a woman, and I think that
Okay.
it's more respectful to just say women because we're talking about human beings. There
Well,
are all
Well, I
types of
choose to use
females, right?
females. I choose to use
Yeah, and
females. So
it's very dismissive,
you,
and it takes away the
I don't care.
humanity. It
You
takes
could be as loud as you
and that is
want.
the problem.
I'm going to
That
use
is the problem.
females.
You don't care exactly. So when women, black women that you call
Hmm.
quote unquote man haters, push their rhetoric, remember that when I said to you that to say females, which is just a simple thing that you could change so we can have a respectful dialogue, you told me you don't care. So now this is what I'm saying in conversation with black
No,
men.
because you're not
You
going to
can't.
dictate
Why
what
is that a
words I
problem though?
use.
But why does that have to be why does that have to be an argument?
You made it an argument. I just
No,
said
I
I'm
asked a
going to no.
question.
I
No,
just
I
said I'm
asked a
going to stick
question.
Can,
to
can I
using the
interject
word
real
female.
quick? I
yeah,
want to
I
put
And
Candy,
one
that's
asked a
little
just a
thought
female.
process
question, and
out here.
I am a woman. I'm not a dog. A
So
dog
while
can
we're
be a
sitting here,
female.
Well, I'll call you female. You say
so
you're a woman, I'll call you a female.
Don't call me anything at all then. Okay?
so Wacky, you were talking about all this dysfunctional stuff, but do you know that BGS actually said that they're all waiting for shit to hit the fan and the whole system to downgrade to nothing so that they can force women to come to them for resources. And my statement
Yeah.
to
and
him
that's the
was,
expression.
hold on, and my statement to him was, do you think that if the system completely collapsed like you want it to do you think you still have a job and resources after that? You won't have them either.
That's a great point,
That's a
Pew.
very
Well,
dysfunctional statement for him to make and wish upon, for women to have to
well,
force them to come to them
Yeah, and
for
I disagree with
resources.
that. I mean,
Okay,
Pure, that's a great
that's
point, and
dysfunctional.
I
talking
disagree
about.
with his statement when he made that. When he constantly make that statement, I totally disagree with that statement. So, Pure, that's a good point. Go ahead, brother. I'm sorry.
That's they're waiting for civilization to collapse so that they could feel like men again as a frontline soldiers of all the chaos and stuff. And it's a fantasy. You know what a cargo cult is?
Yes. No. Enlighten me.
Yeah.
Enlighten us.
Okay. Okay. Like let's just say back in the Pacific in the 1940s, there used to be a tribe of people who the United States used to send cargo to in the planes, and the planes would keep coming, and the tribes people don't know how those planes got there. So when the military left the Pacific, they wanted the planes to come back. So what they did was they built a statue they built a palm tree statue of the plane, and they started worshiping it. And that's what these brothers are doing to masculinity. They're worshiping it as some bygone god that has abandoned them, instead of looking towards the future to try and see if we could add humanity to the masculine formula so that we could be compassionate fathers, productive life partners, etc., etc. Like BGS IBMOR is running a cargo cult of old masculinity. And
It's like what I told. No, go ahead, Black Prince. I'm
no, no,
sorry. Go
no,
ahead.
that's it.
It's like it's like it's
That's what.
like it's like what I told BGS, and I told this to Obsidian. Say, listen, look, the world changed after 1945. Them old ideas are gone. Them thing
Mhm.
colonialism is fading away. um Discrimination is, well, even though it still exists in some I mean, government discrimination, rather, it's discrimination by law is fading away. um all these other old isms are fading away, since 1945, when they dropped two atomic bombs on Japan. That was a sign, that was a signal that the world is no longer going to go back previously. The old world is gone, you know. So, it's like when Moses parted the Red Sea. I mean, the world changed. I mean, the world changed. You can't go back. You already crossed the Rubicon of history. So all the old ideas that okay, the system shuts down tomorrow. Black women, or women in general, will give up the sex for a boiled egg. I'm sorry, women are already educated. Women have already have the education, their means, um, you know, the know-how. So they're not going to go back to them old school days when women were taught to just, the basics, and that's it.
Yeah,
You know,
it's what I call a dystopian utopia for men, right? And it's not just black men who have this idea, this longing for a world they actually never lived in, but it's all types of men who have misogynistic undertones or overtones, right?
hey, you're right, right. Hey, have you ever watched that movie Geostorm? You ever watched that movie Geostorm?
I was just watching it just now,
Is it a
actually.
show
No,
or a movie?
a movie. Listen. Now, Pure Butterfly. Watch the end. Go back and watch the end. Why did the man try to destroy the world with using the weather device? What did he said? I'm
I
trying to
can't
go
remember because I can't remember because I didn't finish watching it.
right.
I've watched it twice.
Okay. His purpose was to change back the clock before 1945. He even the character, the villain in the movie, said that because racism, white supremacy. The movie, if you watch the movie, because the president of the movie was Hispanic.
Hmm.
The villain was a white dude. He was using the weather machine because he saw the Saudis, the Arabs grabbing all the getting rich off the oil. It was no
Hmm.
longer the America getting rich off the oil. The British, they want to return back to the empire.
Right.
One of the villains, he was trying to use the weather machine to knock China out, so China won't be as powerful, so that the British Empire would return, so that America
Hmm.
will return to its prominence. So all Western
Sounds a
Europe,
lot sounds
yeah,
a lot like the Republican Party trying to
right,
control
Wait,
black men to
right.
make
wait,
black
wait,
men do get
wait.
on YouTube and do this kind of stuff that they're doing
Watch
Can
towards
can I
towards
defend
women.
the Republican Party? Can I defend the Republican Party real
The
quick?
Republican Party's making black men do that.
The
Come on
Republican,
now.
yeah,
Go
yeah,
ahead,
yeah,
go
yeah.
ahead, brother.
Look,
I'm sorry.
the
I'm
fact
sorry.
is, all right, it's something I wanted to address with these with the college educated types on YouTube, that they always talking about, oh, the, like, maybe was it the manosphere exposed, whatever. He's always saying, oh yeah, well, they're right wing, they're right wing. How about this? Y'all identify, and when I say y'all, I mean like the, college educated black woman and the and her allies in the LGBT community. Y'all identify as feminists. Is it possible that black men and men in general identify as masculinists, and we need and we offer up masculine solutions to the problems? Like, perfect example was Donald Trump's wall. Yeah, it's expensive. Yeah, it's problematic. Yeah, it would cost a lot of money and whatnot, but it was a masculine plan to solve a problem. And what we think is that, what I think in particular is that feminist solutions are more prone to talk about it and draw it out and talk about the feelings and talk about the systematic inequalities and talk about all this
Mhm.
oppression and stuff, and nothing gets done.
Can I
Yeah,
say something though?
yeah,
Can I say let me interject real quick.
This
Go
movement,
ahead.
because
I
Ruth
just
Bader
want to say
Ginsburg shot it down. Okay, so I just wanted to make that point. The feminists have
I
gotten
just want to say
a lot done.
oh, I just want to say that we've been under a
What have
whole
they
lot of
done?
masculinity.
They done chase
Ho-
Haitians out of Mexico.
Hold on, hold on.
I mean,
We've been
go ahead.
under
Go ahead.
all types of masculinity or masculine structures when it comes to government for at least 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, 6,000 years, and I don't see anything that has been productive for anybody so
Well,
far. So
no,
what do you got?
no, no. The thing about the masculine solution part is like it's capitalism, it's private sector, and I could understand why there's a schism between black men and black women in that regards because um, sisters are predominantly hired by the state, and a lot of brothers are more used to the private sector. So Donald Trump was a private sector boss. Joe Biden is hooking up the public sector. We have a real problem with this schism because that's where y'all get your money, and we're basically trying to cut each other off politically. So I don't know what the solution is, but I don't think there's a problem with men who identify as conservative, Republican, traditionalists, and all that. It's not nefarious. It's not evil. It's not race trading. It's just a schism between the genders that we get our money one way and y'all might get your money the other way. Like, make no
really,
Can I
mistake about it.
really, well, okay,
can I
okay,
say
okay, okay.
something? Hold on.
Hold on.
Can I
No,
say
but
something?
I got
looking for entrepreneurs, like
So Big J.
that. So
Yeah.
what do you mean?
So hold on, Big J. I'm sorry, Big J. Can I say something real quick
yeah.
in response to what Peel said? Because Peel said that we've been living in a masculine in a masculine society for thousands of years, and she doesn't see any improvement. But Peel, understand this: it's this masculine run society that gave you the rights that you have today. So
No, no,
that's an
no, no. It
improvement.
didn't give us shit. We fought for the
It
rights
did.
we have today.
But
No, you're
but
incorrect.
hold
You're
on. Actually,
incorrect.
Pure, I am correct because
You're
Pure. No,
incorrect.
I am correct.
No,
I
you're
am correct.
incorrect.
No, I am correct. We can go
Okay.
back and forth all
Incorrect.
day. Hold on,
Well,
I am
you
correct.
whack,
And
you whack,
hold on. Hold on. Let me
whack, you
continue
prove it then.
because who make up the majority of the
Okay.
lawmakers that agreed to draft laws
Um,
that gave you females more rights? This masculine run
Women
government. Thank you.
gave women more rights, I think, for you. So those
Females.
none of that would have happened unless there was a feminist movement, unless there were pioneer women who fought at the highest levels of government
Facts.
in order to get these. And see, this is no different than a man going in and fight. Everybody has to do that. Everybody goes in, male or female, and they fight for these certain rights and to get out from under certain oppressions
And,
and laws that are unfair, right? So let's not
Exactly.
like these men didn't and there was pushback towards that movement. That movement is well entrenched now. We have what we have, and men are still crying.
and the thing. Okay, but sorry. Go ahead. Finish. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So are you men are still crying about it. So are you crying about feminism?
oppression and all
Somebody
that removes positive aspects of
Black
God
privilege,
so
man.
that we
You're
can
It's
have
black
working.
privilege. You're
fulfillment.
boy.
Black
You're
privilege.
boy.
You are breaking
That
down.
You're boy.
am I?
you
Oh,
can
damn.
stop cussing
All
at
right.
me, or you can
Did y'all hear what I said? I'm
No,
saying
no.
that there's the feminist movement undermines and it's uncharitable to the contributions that men have made to society. Did y'all hear
How?
that much?
how
How?
so? How
How?
so?
Because the general
Well, let me
because
tell you something. Let me tell you something. If that was
because
hold on.
Oh,
Hold on.
Lord
I
have
okay,
mercy.
but
This is becoming a shit
I have
show.
hold on. I have to check black privilege on this. Okay, black
But,
privilege. Hold on. Who told Abraham Lincoln to draft the Emancipation Proclamation?
we're going to be all day if it's going to be a history lesson.
No. Hold on.
I'm not going to guess. I
Hold on.
don't know. Tell
Okay.
the answers.
Okay. William Stewart, who was Secretary of State under Abraham Lincoln, right? So wait a minute. Now, who told him when he was governor and senator of New York? Because he was the governor of your home state Wacky World. When he was governor of New York, he did
I'm in
what?
New York too.
He was part of the Underground Railroad. His house was part of the Underground in what was that city? It was Albany, New York. You know, his house was part of Underground Railroad. Guess
Can
who? Guess who convinced William Stewart, baby, you need to be a part of this. Oh, that was his wife.
God bless.
And she was part of the suffragist movement. She was a feminist at during her time. She
Mhm.
convinced her husband, William Stewart, when he became
All right,
Secretary of State in 1862, to tell Abraham Lincoln, man, you might as well just put the
that's not
that damn
that's not contradictory to what I was saying. That's
It
not
wasn't
contradictory to what I'm
no,
saying.
no, no,
No,
no,
we're not
no,
going to talk
no.
about feminism not benefiting men because
Mm,
there was a man who Ruth Bader Ginsburg took all the way to the Supreme Court in order. Now, this man had a wife and a son. His wife died. He wanted to stay home and be able to take care of his son and get benefits, Social Security benefits, or some type of benefit that was given to women at the time and not for men, so that he could stay home and continue to give his son the attention he felt that his son needed. That was not for men. He went
Right.
to her and she took that to the Supreme Court. And now men can now get the same benefits as a woman as far as Social Security, survivors benefits, and all of that, so that they too can take care of their children
I
off of
understand
that,
that.
their women. So let's not.
Not only that,
Um,
But back to my point. Hold on, back to my point
yeah,
because my point was because the two females on the panel they responded to my point by saying, well, the feminists. Hold on for a minute. Can you stop interrupting? Okay,
Nope.
they responded. Can you stop? Yo, Big J, can you tell her to stop interrupting?
Stop being
Can,
disrespectful, though.
Big J, can you tell her to stop interrupting? Because I'm not
So
being
two women on the
disrespectful by
panel.
using
I'm
the term
quiet now.
females.
Women.
Big
let's
J,
not
Big
turn
J,
this into an
you gonna
argument.
let
Let
her
him
just
talk.
interrupt me, man? Hold
Okay.
on, Big
Right.
J, you being the host of the panel, you just gonna let her just interrupt me like that?
I'm just saying women. Well, why does that bother you? Why does that word bother you?
No, it bothers me when you
Why? Because
interrupt me.
I have the agency to say I would like to.
All right. So you know what? I'm out. I'm out. All right,
Bye.
peace.
Oh,
All
wait, hold
right.
on. Wait, hold, stop. Don't, hold on. Oh, God damn it.
Okay. Look.
I
Let
just
me.
want to make a point about the feminist movement, because a lot of these men, are blue collar workers and what have you. Do you understand that if it wasn't for the feminist movement getting together, organizing that a lot of men's jobs would not have would not have good pay, good benefits, or anything to take care of their families with, because the feminist movement organize a lot of those unions that you take benefit with in order to get the fair wage that you have. But no, feminists didn't do shit for you men, right?
Say it,
Nothing,
sister.
right?
Say it, sister.
Excuse me. That was never my point. I'm not trying to say that feminism did not contribute to the betterment of society in general. What I'm saying is that it is there is a strain of feminists who will tell you that men have done nothing but chaos and disorder, that we have never been
Like the
productive.
men have said
That is,
about
no,
women,
no, no, no,
like the
no,
men have
no,
said
no, no,
about
no.
women.
Stop. Don't do the tit for tat. We're not doing tit for tat over here. If I'm over here condemning one side, I'm gonna condemn the other side.
Okay, good. Let's
It
hear
was
it.
a propaganda defeat to try to um portray, let's just say it, patriarchy as a net negative. Because now you have a whole bunch of men who think, oh, my whole identity, my existence is under attack. My alternative perspective is to say, dude, you don't have to be the fake alpha male anymore. You are entitled to the other half of your brain. You are entitled to be a complete human being, and we'll help you. We don't hate. We understand that the past is the past, and there's a lot of evil in the past, but you have to come into the future. My problem is there's times where feminists talk a lot like what Fox News say critical race theory is to talk about men, and it's not productive. It's counterproductive to talk that way. So it's just a how the message is delivered. That's my problem. So there wouldn't be as much antagonism towards feminism if there was a belief that you've been doing too much for too long. Now you have to come into the other side of humanity. Like I said, Your humanity and civilization has to come as one, and you have to be a better man in that sense. That's it. That's all I was saying.
Yeah, but
I'm
here is here
sorry,
is
go ahead, Jay. I'm sorry.
yeah, but here is the thing though, black privilege, that whole issue about conservatism, right? Your analysis is kind of flawed because most black women, most scratch that. I'm sorry, most entrepreneurs uh that's just upcoming are black women. So for you to use the public versus private, Trumpism, that's a flawed argument.
It's not flawed because what's actually happening is a lot of men are just flatly giving up on society, and some women, they have a lot of conservative beliefs, especially when it comes to performative masculinity. Let's just say they have a lot of conservative beliefs. They have a lot of traditionalist beliefs. They're looking for a man who could provide and protect, um, and they're conflicted. A lot of black women are conflicted. What side are they on? Because the way I look at it, I need those kind of entrepreneurial women to support conservatism in a sense, because I don't want to see the right to keep and bear arms go away. I want to see someone talking about the growth of the government, and a lot of black women will know this when they get overtaxed, when they're told that they can't have a firearm. I'm hoping for the entrepreneurial black women to rescue quote unquote Western civilization at this point, because
So
black men are giving up.
I will agree with you because I'm down. I know that the way that the society is going right now, I don't want women's right to bear arms to go away because women are gonna really need those guns when these
You dang
these
skippy.
jackass men get out
Real.
of fucking control.
Facts.
I mean,
Facts.
the
Wait a
rate
minute, wait a
is
minute, wait, hold on, time out, time out, time out, time out, time out. I feel bad now. I actually feel a little bad about this live stream. I feel bad now. Um,
How
um,
come, man?
because what Wacky said.
because Wacky is crying
No,
like
no, no, hey, verbal. Don't because
I'm just
I'm
saying,
not. I'm
playing on your emotion. This is what happened. This is what happened. So we're all adults, right? And from my purview as an adult, and what I have learned is that there may be things that I say, words that I use that people don't like, that offends them because they view it a certain way, right? So if I were to come up here and I were to say, and so the black dinglings, I'm sure the men wouldn't like that. They wouldn't like me calling them dinglings, right? They would say, well, wait a minute, I'm a man. Why are you calling me a dingling? Or if I said, black boys, and I'm referring to grown men, yeah, black men would have a problem with that. Or why are you calling me a boy? I'm a whole man. And they have a right to that. And I think that it would be extremely disrespectful for me to say, I don't give a fuck how you feel about what I'm calling you. I'm going to call you what I want to call you. That is disrespectful. And why we can't see past that and see through that is weird to me. I am a woman, okay? My anatomy is female, but as a person, I am a woman. There are all
I'm a
types
woman as
of
well.
I am exactly. There are all types of females. And when we hear the word female, for women who are in tune to that word, we normally hear it in a derogatory manner. Oh, these females and females. It's like another word for bitches. All right.
Mhm.
That is my feeling of the word. So let's think about this. If I'm saying, hey, can you call us women? It's a very simple switch. Doesn't cost them any money. Doesn't cost him any self-respect. It doesn't cost him any sleep. It costs him nothing. Just say women. But he made that an issue. I said, hey, can you call us women? Oh, okay. Yes, we're women. We are women, right? Are we not women? What is the extreme refusal to just say women? And I do that for a reason. I do it to point out the the misogynistic idea of women. These misogynistic internal ideas that men don't even really recognize that they hold, and I think all men hold them, and
Hmm.
they don't see them because we do live in a patriarchal society where women are looked at as inferior. That's why men are so mad about feminist movement. How dare you stand up for your rights? How dare you?
Would
This
you?
is not
I mean, uh,
arguing with him, but why
uh,
is he fighting me on a simple freaking word?
okay,
Word is what, 5 letters? What's the problem?
I
Why
mean,
is that?
ladies,
Why does he have to make
ladies, can I get,
that so personal?
ladies, can I get your opinion on something? This is, I'm going to give you my definition of patriarchy, and y'all could tear it apart if you want. But in my mind, patriarchy is a reward structure for productive men. What do you think?
I don't happen to disagree with that. The key word, though,
I know there's a difference between a righteous, uh,
Well,
divine patriarchy and the patriarchy that we are under right now. And what we're under right now is a
this is not a
control system.
patriarchy.
No.
The black community is not a patriarchy. When we say, like, if there's no reward structure for being productive in this modern time, naturally people are going to just find something better to do. You know, like I'm in these internet chat rooms and stuff, and what is actually happening is men are hanging around with each other, men are paying each other, men are spending their Saturday nights with each other, whether it's video games or chat streams or talking about or watching TV or even watching movie reviews. We're becoming more schismed, and I don't know a solution to that. Well, a small solution would be to cease fire with all the negativity, but good luck with that. But I'm worried that we're losing our attraction for each other. At least, especially Generation X, especially Generation
Um,
X.
I think that a lot of women are pulling away from men. It doesn't matter what race they are, because the type of stuff that they see, like this disrespect, there's a lot of disrespect on YouTube towards women. I mean, complete disrespect. And it is trickling down from social media into the real life. It is trickling down to where a lot of people are separating. They don't want to be in any kind of relationships. And they damn sure don't want to, women don't want to be controlled when it comes to
Mhm.
being forced to be with a man just because they so-called have economics or take economics that they won't that is not allotted or uh allowed for women. They don't want allowed
Mhm.
for women. That's why these men are running around here talking about they want to collapse. However, what they don't realize is that when that collapse happens, that job they claim they have is gone. Case in point, this COVID shit, locking everything down, jobs being lost. That was a glimpse of society breaking down to the minimal degree, and people not being able to support themselves. So these men really want that on the scale they're asking for. No, women just want to be left alone at
Yeah.
this point. They
And
just
that.
want to they just want to live a happy,
Mhm.
clean, clear life with no drama and no bullshit.
women
Mhm.
want the
And they
same
want
thing.
peace.
Women want life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. You know why?
Right.
Facts.
This is gonna be a
And
news flash, right? But women are human too. Oh my God, I know. Oh my God, women are human. Yes, the things that men want, although there may veer because you're men and we're women, are pretty much the same things that just human beings want. We want to live the
Mhm.
we want to enjoy our families. We want to make a good income and be able to live comfortably, if not, in luxury, but at least comfortably.
Mhm.
We want to have health and safety. We don't want to be harmed and attacked. We don't want to get into relationships that are damaging to us. We don't want to
Mhm.
be oppressed, just like black men do not want to be oppressed, right? That's why you're always talking about the system. Well, we are also a part of that, and we don't want to be oppressed by the system nor by men. And as
Mhm.
women, and I know pure, you're not a black woman, but women still have the same issues just by being women because we're still
Right.
deemed second class citizens. Now, for me, I'm a double second class citizen, right? I'm black. I get attacked on that, not by really by black men, and also a woman, and I get attacked on all sides, on from everybody because I'm a woman, even
Mhm.
from other women, and yet still, I find a way to live peacefully, happily, contentedly, and live my life in a way that's compassionate to myself, my children, and other people. Why
Mhm.
can't black men do the same? Why can't men do the same? You do not have to oppress other people. You do not have to oppress women and keep them under your foot in order to have a
Okay.
happy
Um, Look, it's more complicated than that. There's a restructuring. Like I've said before, and I'll say it again, black men are in economic and existential survival mode right now. We're being told different messages. We have no infrastructure to build positive masculinity. We have no traditions that link us to women. And since women aren't really in our lives that much anymore, and I'm talking about from like grade school to high school, to even some in college. But since women aren't in men's lives that much anymore, uh, women have become this persona of constant disapproval. This alien creature that always has a scowl on her face, saying, "Where's my money? Give me this. Where my child support check and stuff." That's the caricature that black women have become to black men. That's why if you've probably been on a date recently, I talked to my sister about this. Like all dudes do is neg and neg and neg and criticize and nitpick. I've seen my sisters, the dudes my sister, the oldest of my sisters bring home, and this is a funny story. She has always been on point with her stuff. She was the responsible one. She has the master's degree. She's a nurse educator. She's a school nurse, a nurse educator, and she works in the hospital throughout this whole COVID stuff. She went out with this one dude who quit a $40,000 a year job so he could go on a $70,000 a year job interview. That's how much of a rivalry the situation is going on right now. And well, uh, we have no place. We as men have no place to talk about it because if you hear it from men, we're never afraid of a productive, financially stable, spiritually centered, attractive black woman. Nah, I'm a man. Blah blah blah. Alpha male posturing. Like I said before, they're afraid of their own vulnerability. They don't want to talk about it. They're not going to talk about it on with BGS IBMOR. They're just going to, you know, bluster and wait for the collapse of society as if that's a solution. I just
I want.
wish we.
I'd like to say that while these men on here are complaining about the type of women that they don't like, they created the environment themselves that produce the type
We
of
did not
women that they're
create that
complaining.
environment.
Oh
We did not
yes, they
create that.
have. They have
We
created
did
an
not create it.
environment
I
that
will tell you
the type
why.
of women they complain about is what they have produced. They caused that. It was
We
a
did
cause
not.
and effect type thing.
We do not own the power to redline anybody. Look, let's break it down to the barest of facts. The underground economy was distributed in our communities because the Italians would kill you if you sold heroin on their block. We have been used, we have been abused, we have been led to the point that we are the ones who created rap music because we are the only ones who were allowed to talk negatively about our women. In so, we became the monopoly. We had the only monopoly on pornographic hip hop music. We were the only ones that could do it for
So
generations, and now white people are doing it. So we did not create this beast. It was cultivated in us,
You do,
and there's no.
you do know when I talk about men, I'm talking about men in general, all races. You do know that, right?
Well, what you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Well, are we gonna go back to as far as Mensa Musa? you know,
well,
we
question is being able to get up and denigrate your women, which is in turn denigrating yourself. Is that, are you, I mean, is that a gold star? I'm confused as why you said that. So maybe you can,
I'm I'm
un-
saying that
why would
okay,
you want to do that? Like, that is just so backwards.
because everybody like to think that they have everything under control. They get all the money they need. They get all this sex they need. They dominate over their enemies. we were selling pornographic masculinity to white children, and it came back to us when sisters started listening to how they were talked about, and that furthered the schism. But we didn't own those record labels. They want to hear the violence. They want
Okay.
to hear a pornographic depiction of masculinity
Uh,
of a
uh,
man that has everything
I'm
on
wait,
the
not.
wait,
I'm
table.
not
wait,
even
wait,
just
wait.
talk. I'm not even just talking about music. I'm actually talking about strip clubs, porn, everything.
Well,
I'm talking about the whole conglomerate of the type of women
there's
that these men, you men in particular, complain about. All these men complain about. They
it's
produce that. But
it.
how
We didn't
simply can I
produce.
lay it
And
down?
We
Like,
didn't produce.
how can't you understand that?
continue to
It's,
perpetuate. That's why it's okay to
well, no,
see.
I will go. I will go with perpetuated, but we didn't create. We didn't
But
create it.
you're perpetuating it literally right now.
Perpetuating it. Yes.
Yes, because you're making excuses for it and
It's
going
not. It's
as
look.
if
Look.
a reason to denigrate your women. There is not a reason to do that. And I submit to the panel and to the chat that if black men had not given in to the money and the dollars and thrown their own community and their own women under the bus, we would be farther as a people, as a race, as a family structure. All right. And our communities would look better. Our respect for each other would
But
be
now, but
way
verbal.
higher
Yeah,
than where
but
we're
verbal. Yeah, but verbal. I'm going to provide a little bit of pushback against what you just said.
Thank you.
I'm not come from the same perspective. Now, if you're gonna talk about this whole idea of what you just said, then tell me why does Ebony magazine, Jet magazine, Tan magazine has articles of I remember there was an article of Sheila Geist, who was a actress. It was a Jet magazine issue of March 1953 of I choose me a white husband. Tan magazine, uh, uh, white husbands are better than black husbands. I remember it was a Tan magazine in 1957.
okay. I don't know what you're talking about, but
Those,
I
but
didn't really
those,
read that,
yeah,
but
Look.
but what I'm saying is, if we're gonna talk about rap music, then being betrayed again, that is highly misogynistic.
mhm.
Therefore, you also have to talk about how 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 Johnson, well, what's the guy who owns Ebony magazine at the time?
Bob Johnson.
Yeah, Bob Johnson. The magazines that Bob Johnson used to own, they was equally as destructive on black men by
No,
showing black
not
men
at all.
Okay.
That is a
Wait.
a bunch of
that is a
mistreating
I'll
men.
take umbrage. Look.
that
I
is a
said
false equivalency, first of all. And do you
I'll
actually
take umbrage.
read Ebony magazines? They don't really. Ebony magazines don't sit around and talk trash on black men. That's not Ebony magazine or Essence magazine. It is
They talk
Essence
trash
and
about certain black men.
are the no, they don't.
They
Ebony
talk.
and
They
no,
talk. They
no,
talk
they
trash
do.
about certain
No,
black men.
no, they
You're
do.
not.
Ebony
Hmm?
and Essence magazine, I've had subscriptions for years. Those
Hmm.
magazines are not
Okay.
about men.
Okay.
Those magazines, just like any other freaking magazine,
Like
might
a
have
Vogue magazine.
articles. Right.
Yeah.
Oh, Cosmopolitan. These
Thank you.
magazines are on the same level of those. It's a lot about how to keep your man.
Okay.
It's about fashion and makeup. And these are
Yeah.
things
Wait.
that
Wait.
we're looking at. These magazines are not about y'all. So that is a false
No.
equivalency. And
Wait. No. No.
not
No. Look. Look.
a magazine. Nope, you cannot compare
Let
a
me
black.
fit. Let me. Then let me.
Okay, let me just finish this one sentence. You
Go
cannot
ahead.
equate a black woman oriented magazine where the majority of people who purchase are going to be black women to hip
Hmm.
hop, which is the culture
Hmm.
which expands beyond black people. Everybody wants to get it. Everybody hears this. You have to go
Okay.
into a store or buy a subscription to look like you can hear on the radio black men being
Okay.
misogynistic towards black women. Like this is the
Okay.
culture and this is accepted. And it has been
Hmm.
accepted since what the 90s this started. So you
Okay.
can't hear an article
Uh,
you think you saw in a black
okay.
centered magazine to hip hop. That's
Okay,
let,
wait. All right, let me
me
just
say this.
tell you who they talk bad about.
Hold on. Black, sexy red said, y'all see my live stream? Sexy red, yes, I saw you live stream, but also I got that information from the the now deceased David Carroll, because he sent me those magazine articles too, and let me just say though, I actually used that debate. I used that on Cynthia G. With me, her was
But
debating
I mean, are we?
on the radio.
So we're
Yeah.
We're comparing things like
Okay.
Essence magazine to
Okay.
Playboy and Hustler
Wait.
magazine.
Let me
What are we? What are
Let
we
No,
me
trying to do here?
wait.
no. The
That was
argument,
sarcasm. I just threw a sarcasm, and that's all I did.
I know, Pierre. But the argument I'm laying out when myself and City G was going at it. Um, well, when it was just me and her debating, um, I was using those arguments because like she was using a rap music thing, and I say, well, how is that possible when no, she was talking about interracial relationships that black men were using the civil rights movement to go after chase after white women. I say, wait a minute, how is that possible with 10 years before the civil rights movement, Sheila Geist and Josephine Baker and I seen all these articles of these women in the covers of these magazines of these black women with white men. So I was using proving it to the point. Say, wait a minute, but everybody having interracial relationships before the
wait a minute, Big
before
J. I can't let you do that, Big J, because
Wait.
you had
why?
that conversation with Cynthia. I know she told you that the very first people, there were three cases of the very first people to go in and attempt to get miscegenation laws overturned, and all three of those were black men. Now, they were not successful. A white man who wanted his marriage to be legal to a black woman, I mean, she was somewhat black, that
It's
was
all good.
successful. Why? Because it was a black man. But black men started this straight off the plantation, and black men
Wait.
out at least twice the rate, and
Wait.
some to say three times the
Wait.
rate of black
Uh-huh.
women. But it was never a problem until black women started doing it, and black women are still doing it to a lesser
Look,
degree. Black
Wow,
look. I
kick
think.
wait,
Wait. Come on.
verbal. Okay, verbal.
Let,
Hold on,
out their
hold
rate.
on, hold on. I got this one. Okay, verbal. Okay,
You got
oh,
this one, Big J. You got
okay,
it, Big J.
I ain't no
okay,
good.
He said,
Look.
"Move out the way, black." He got it. Go ahead, Big J.
verbal.
What you got?
But hold on, verbal. Then who is the vice president under Martin Van Buren? Oh, his name was Richard Johnson. Oh, who is Richard Johnson's wife? Oh,
Are,
her name is Julia
are you?
Chin.
Are you? Wait a
No,
minute.
no,
Hold.
no. Her name was Julia Chin. She's a black woman from Kentucky. That's
And
why. That's why. That was part of the
and
reason why. That was part of the reason why. William Harrison defeated Martin Van Buren in the election of 1840 because they found out they
black,
found out
white.
that the vice president's wife was a black woman.
What is that? What is that?
He had black children.
Okay, what is your
Look.
point? What
The
point
Wait.
does that
point is the
You
point is
prove?
the
know
point, the point is the
It
point is
doesn't negate what
who
I
started it?
is
That
negate,
y'all trying to
who
figure out who
started what?
started it, and I think it's kind
The
of
point is who
silly.
started what?
but
Now,
Look.
it can be silly,
Wait.
and I would say it's
It's
silly too.
it's
But when men attempt to
wait.
equate black women dating out as some type of freaking problem, and only to ignore their extreme amount
But
of dating out, then
how
yeah,
many?
we have to talk about it. We're gonna have to
How
talk.
many times? Look, how many times do I got to say that a lot of these brothers are lying to themselves and they're just using negative things to try and bring down your self esteem? Yada yada. We know this already, but I want to just go back to like the base principles of something that I didn't get to say. It is unquestioned that the rap game started out of the underground economy, of hustling, drug dealing, and stuff like that. We didn't create the underground economy; we just were employed by it. And at a certain point, women started being more attractive, especially black women started being more attractive to men who could handle their way around the underground economy. There's
Well,
another part of this. There's another part of it's a racial thing that y'all not talking about. Is that white women will kick game on a shy black man before a black woman do.
why
what?
would you say that?
What?
What are you
Wait a minute.
talking
Wait.
about?
Yes,
No.
No,
yes.
Say
no,
that
that's
again.
false.
Say that again. Wait a minute. Say that again, please. Black
White
woman.
What?
women will kick. White women will scrub a nerd off the floor before a black woman do.
Oh, hold on, wait. Oh, really? And that's why there's so many sports stars that are married to white women because they're scraping off the nerds from the floor.
Exactly.
Um,
That many white women
no.
running around here with
Well,
nerds.
look. Wait.
The same
Actually, what statistically, it's only like 30% of men marry white women, but
white
I think
women
it's a proximity thing. It's a
and the
proximity thing. Like if you're next to a, if you're in a big school with a lot of white people in it, you're probably going to have a lot of white women, white girls around you, and you're probably going to be attracted to those girls, and they're probably going to be your high school or college sweethearts. It happens. But I'm saying that
Yeah, but
But what do
black.
you think? What do you think about what he just
Yeah,
said?
yeah. Hold on. Black privilege. I'm asking a question. No, have you raised in a white area?
no, no.
Okay, good. Okay. Have you attended a white school?
I don't chase after white women. My girl right
No, no,
now is
no, no, no,
African.
no, no. But answer the question. Have you see the thing is the disconnect between me and rest of other black men is because I'm raised in a white community. I went to a white school. I went to a all white college. So so all these nerds that you saying that doesn't happen like that. I don't know where he got
No,
that from. It doesn't happen
no.
like
and
that.
I
Mm.
I mean
understand
black
why
nerds.
they
Well, I'm just saying my
think.
experience.
Let
I'm
me
just
be
saying
clear.
that my experience in the look, my experience in high school and in the military was women of other races actually coming up and approaching me.
Yeah, because they
That's
thought
my
you had something. They thought you had something, but they wanted to
no,
gain.
no, 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 no,
Let me say,
No.
let me say this as a woman who has been friends with and has friends of all races, including
Mhm.
white women. Women are women are women. Women like the same fucking things in
I
men.
don't think
Okay?
so.
Oh
Like,
yes,
well, you're not a woman.
yes, they
You're
do.
not a
Listen,
I
woman.
think I
You're
think there's a lot of there's I
not.
think the black experience
You
amounts to
no,
certain
no, no.
certain
You
ingrained biases to
know, no. It's what you want to believe, but it's just not true. Okay?
uh,
Women, all no matter the race, all women go through a bad boy stage, right? And that is because the quote unquote bad boy seems exciting. He is exciting. Women like to have fun. Girls like to have fun. You know, Cindy Lauper said it. That's a white girl for you. Girls just want to have fun, right? It's true. Girls want to have fun when they're young. Bad boys, quote unquote bad boys, get that excitement and that stimuli that girls
mhm.
like. Girls don't want to be bored. Okay, boys want
Mhm.
bored, right? That is all women. But
Mhm.
all women also want men that are attractive. They want men who are prosperous. They want men who are kind to them. They want men who will take care of their families and any
They want
children.
Superman.
All no, they just want regular fucking men. All
They
right,
want Superman.
that is no, that's
Like you know
your.
what the problem is? You know what the
It's your.
problem?
I'm going to tell you what your problem is. Your
No, no,
problem.
no, no.
You think that being a decent fucking man is Superman. That's not what women.
Basically,
Well,
basically.
but that's sad though. That's sad that
Okay. You know
you have
what? Then let's break it down. Let's break it down. You want a man who has enough attraction to be lusted after, but he's abstinent. You want him
we
to be productive. You want him to be productive and astute and educated, but you don't want him to be a whoremonger. You want him to go through a bad phase, but you don't want him to have any consequences for that bad phase. And you know what? They're not waiting at the end of college for you to choose them. They're enjoying their lives. So a man who would fit a profile of I don't know maybe Bumble right now for him to be marriage worthy, it really he damn near is Superman
no,
because
not true. See, and that's the thing, and this is where we break down in communication because men like to know, men like to believe what they want to believe instead of listening to what a woman is actually telling you.
Thank you.
I didn't say any of that. And we're not talking about perfection. We're not talking about Superman. We're not talking about any of that. I said decent.
Mhm,
I said kind. I said attractive
mhm.
to her, not attractive to the universe. Because me
Right.
personally, I don't need my man to be attractive to all my friends. In fact, I prefer he's not. I prefer them to say, why do you even like him? That's good for me because I ain't got to worry, right? My man only needs to be attractive to me, period. He can be ugly to all y'all. I don't give a damn. You ain't got to sleep with him. I know I need to know that when I am with him, I feel good with him. I don't feel any type of fear. I don't feel like I have to walk on eggshells. I need to know
Mhm.
that he's going to have my back. I need to know that he's going to be supportive. I need to know that I can tell him, hey, I don't like when you say female. It makes me feel devalued. And he doesn't say to me, I don't care. And I'm going to keep calling you that anyway. That's massive disrespect.
No.
That means you give not a shit about my own feelings. I don't want a man like that. I want a man who wants to respect me in the same way that he wants me to respect him. Why? Because I am a human being, I am a person, and I deserve to be respected. I deserve to get what I am giving, right? I deserve that. I'm not lesser than you because I have a slit in between my legs instead of an appendage. That is the problem. You all don't listen. I am telling you exactly what it is. And you just decided to go on a diatribe and put all these words in my mouth that I literally didn't say.
I think what you're asking for takes a while to cultivate, and while that's going on, a lot of men have fallen into the trap of falling in love too soon,
And when
being
you've done the
being manipulated, being abused,
same,
not at least
a lot of
emotionally.
women have
And
done
like
the
I said,
same.
That's
we only got.
and this is what and this is what I said this on Bomb's channel earlier today. I said this on Bomb's channel when I said about and Homeboy said, man, Big J, you must have got that from Rolly Tomasi. And you know what it's Rolly Tomasi was right on this. See, a lot of men are are idealistic when it comes to, and when I say idealistic, they there's certain things that is unrealistic. And I'm talking about myself. This is what Roddy Tomasi also said too, that women are looking at it from a aspect of safety. Women are more concerned about safety and being quote unquote opportunistic versus men being idealistic about love. They're trying, and women look at it from a survival aspect. And a lot of men really don't understand women at all. Uh,
Nope.
yeah, and what happened tonight, and what happened what's in the chat room. I see in the chat room, you know, uh, demonstrates that a lot of men don't understand women. And
Nope.
I'm gonna say right now, it took me a long time to actually understand women. It took me a long time to understand it. I
Not
get it. I
easy
get it
to
now.
understand, Big
And
J. So it's
huh?
okay.
If
No,
you notice, Big J, myself, Verbal, and most of the women on here, they talk about all the qualities that they're looking for in a man. But if you notice when you hear the men on these panels talk, they talk about nothing but the physical attributes they think a woman can give them. There's nothing else that they're looking for or speak of concerning her personality, nothing about her qualities, her what she brings to the table concerning um her life skills or any of that. It's always about her looks. And then when she hits 40,
Yeah,
her
the
looks
wall
are
talk. Yeah,
gone. She hits the So you see the theme that's running here. You see
yeah,
you
yeah.
see
And
why
then and
they
they don't understand why they're getting cussed out. They don't understand why though. Like they're being bashed. And I'm gonna say it like this. The thing is this. Uh, I understand the divester, the divested community. I understand. I don't hate them. I used to have anger problems at them. I don't hate them. I
Mhm.
understand them now. I
I
understand
never
what
hated
they're
them.
talking about. I understand what Pink Pill is talking about because like there's certain behaviors that even I see. Okay, like okay, um, I remember when Curious was here. And Pure,
Mhm.
you're probably the only one who knows her, right? When she was here, guess what all the men did when she was over here? They went ahead and shunned me because she was here, solely because she was here. Because they thought though, oh, let's just do the barbershop talk. Well, guess what? The barbershop talk is very corrosive, and sometimes though men want to carry the barbershop talk uh all over the place, right? And there's no government, there's nobody, there's no level of um decorum that
Mm-hmm.
tells them, hey man, don't bring that barbershop shit in mixed company. And a lot of guys going to bring that barbershop bullshit in mixed company conversations, and they don't know. And a lot of these guys don't grasp why they're getting cussed out all the time, or getting told what being roasted all the time. Just they need to sit there and understand. Certain words you can't be using. And I know, and I'm gonna say right now. I'm gonna say right now. Um, I'm gonna say right now. I probably just lost a friendship over this live stream. I'm gonna tell you right
Come
now.
on. It can't be. It can't be that serious. Come on
I
now.
don't know. I don't know. I think I lost a friendship over this live stream already. But it's our, But
Big
anyway,
J. Big
Well, that
J.
will never
Listen.
be the case.
There's nothing that Verbal said to him that was wrong. Come on now. Let's be honest.
I agree with you, but
Asking him not to call her a female is not something that is so traumatic that you have to storm off the panel and not come back for. Come on now.
But that is
That's
the
why.
opinion, that
That's
is
why
the
I'm happy.
opinion
Go
of
ahead.
certain men, and that is why I will say something, because it gauges and shows the mindset of a man who's pretending that he wants to have a dialogue and a communication, and he doesn't see you as inferior. But when you point
Mhm.
out something like that, that is small, easy for him to change. It's a five-letter word. It's not like it's the
you
same
know,
what, but it's not that big of a deal for him to be like, why can't you just respect that and be like, oh, okay, sister, you don't like female, I'm used to saying it, but for you on this panel, I'll say women. That's not
Right.
difficult. And this
Mm.
is why people have such problems in their relationships, because we stick our heels in on things that we don't need to.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of being happy, people want to be right. You know what I mean? And it's just like, it was just it happens a lot. It happens a lot with men. This is not the first time it's happened, right? So I do it for a purpose, because it brings out the metal of a man, and where how he really feels, where his respect level is for a woman, and for her personhood. I get to say, I don't like that word. It makes me feel a certain way. It makes me feel devalued. I get to say that. And if you truly have respect for another person, if you don't know, even if you don't know them, what's so wrong in saying, okay, I don't understand it right now, but for the sake of continuing the conversation, I'm just going to call you I am a woman, right? It's not like I'm a man or a dog or a fish or a snake or something. I literally am a woman. So why is that so hard?
let
I
me
just, I don't get it.
let me address Kel 5504, because you said if they aren't, why they're in black spaces. Just they see Kev. You think this is solely about dating. First of all, I'm gonna address the sex. Excuse me. Ouch. I'm gonna address the second half of what you said, right? On the second half, you said dated white. Like you thinking this is solely about dating. This is not about dating. This is um more about the dysfunction in communication, the
Right.
breakdown in communication. That's why a lot of people, whether it's SYSBM are these divest. That's why they said leave Blackistan. That's why the SYSBM said leave the community. The community and Blackistan are one in the same. They're one escape from the dysfunction. It's not solely about who anti. It's not automatically, well, it's somewhat it is, but it's not exclusively anti-black woman or anti-black man. Is they're trying to escape the dysfunction that the community um is displaying, the lack of communication, the breakdown of communication, um the series of disrespect. That's why these women are saying what they're saying. That's why SBM are saying what they're saying. Now a lot of SYSBM dudes, they're a lot of them, half of them, they are they my God, they are just as bad as the manosphere dudes. They're just as bad as they are.
They are the manosphere dudes.
No,
Oh,
no, no.
absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm a manosphere dude.
But they are entrenched. I mean, the SYSBM, they are entrenched in their ideology. I mean, you try to say something, they just be, you know, you know, hell. They even was trying to claim me as SYSBM because I had white women on my panels.
And that's
I
the
mean,
thing too. I've heard a few streams or whatever that I didn't catch live, and I don't like the disrespect of Pure having a voice when men want to come up here, black men want to come up here and bring up white women and speak for white women. It's the same way I feel about white men. If you're going to bring up white men and you're going to speak for them, and then they show up and they're like, "Hey, I'm here. What's up? What you got to ask me? I'm here to tell you." And then they get mad and say you don't belong here. Well, if they don't belong here, if they shouldn't have a voice here, then why are you speaking on them at all? How about that?
Well,
And
I
you're
mean, I would belong here to these men if I agreed with them, but because I
oh,
don't
oh,
agree
that's
with them, they don't want me here.
That's right, girl. That's right. Absolutely.
It's like in period though. I remember other white women who been on my panel. They be calling out these black dudes out too,
They're
talking
doing
about
it all
you
over
know
the place.
but white women had white women in this space have enough of these management dudes and these SYSBM dudes called trying to pit them against black women. They'd be
You
like,
have
man, why
Call me,
you yeah
yeah,
yeah they
yeah,
white women,
yeah. Call me crazy, but people are looking for life partners, not revenge plots.
right?
man
Exactly.
yeah
And black women are tired of it. We've been tired of it for a long time. And white women are opening their eyes and they're like, wait a dumbass minute. I'm not going to be used as your devaluing tool. I'm not your devaluing tool to attack the women you really want and you want to control, and you're attempting to use me as a prop in order to do
Right.
so. And white
And that's
and
exactly what it
women,
you
is.
know
that's exactly what they're doing.
look, I told this in verbal. What happened to black privilege? Oh, pure butterfly must just dropped out. It's like what uh I told what's his name though the other day on Taz's channel Pastor 40. I told him, listen, because when he was talking about when he was in Dallas, he used his Latino girlfriend to hold on, let me bring pure black back up here. Um
Myself out. I'm sorry.
okay. Yeah,
It was an accident.
okay. So I he said when he was in Dallas, he used his Latina girlfriend to stunt on black women and to gain approval among his homeboys. And I told him, listen, do you realize, man, you putting your girlfriend in jeopardy doing that shit? I actually told him, do you realize, man, you really putting her in I want to say in harm's way, but emotional distress, potentially, you using her to stunt on other women.
Yeah.
He
Mm.
does like he finally realized that that was wrong. But I was telling him, listen, I wish these guys would stop saying it. I used to have I used to have a friend who does like the same shit. And then though he want to know why though the white girl no longer wants to talk to him. Well,
Mhm.
she saw that she was used as a prop or as a talking point to get
Mhm.
back to get back at Keisha. And she's like, no, fuck that. And I told these guys, listen, you guys are coon sexuals. I tell them, yeah, 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 they are coon sexuals when they do that shit.
I,
Because
I I am a woman that has dated outside of my race, that will date outside of my race. Um, but I would never ever date any man of any race who sits with me and bashes the women of his race. And I haven't not when I date outside of my I have not had that experience. I don't the men that are not black that I have dated have not they have not dated me on the basis of their hatred for the women of their own race. I would feel objectified and used.
right.
Yeah.
And so I don't understand how certain women who are the
Well,
quote preferences, but they're waking up. They're waking up surely,
yeah.
but
I
slowly.
mean,
And
I mean, at some point they're gonna realize that flexing with white women is just it's just your insecurities popping out. Like black women make you feel self conscious, so you walk around with this person as some kind of shield to hide you from the smallness of your insecurities. And sooner
yeah,
or later, brothers are gonna get it as long as we talk about it.
I
That's why
don't
I
know,
don't
big.
pay this much. I don't pay
I'm
interracial dating much attention. It's like we're like I said, we're all looking for life partners, not revenge. you
right.
know.
And
It's
so that's
it's
the
not
thing.
cool.
Go
Oh,
ahead, Peter. Go ahead.
it's not cool to use other races of women as leverage to try to get a manipulation strategy to go against black women or all black women. That's not cool. Like I don't know any women that dig when they find out that they've been duped and that they literally have been used on here, especially on social media, as leveraging agent. They're not going to be happy with that. That's why they're turning on black men, because
Yep.
they don't
Mhm.
appreciate that.
And they
Well,
realize, oh, so the women you really want are the women of your community, but you can't get them to do exactly what you want them to
Yeah,
do. You
you want to manipulate.
them, right? So you're going to put this other woman in front. That's why you hear this is why black men are going to white women, and this is why you hear it all the time because the women they really want are black women. Make no mistake,
Exactly.
they
Now,
just
now,
can't
Exactly.
get the
Facts.
black
I'm
men to
well,
do what they
I'm gonna snitch on my baby brother. When he went to college, the white women they were fucking him on purpose. That's a fact. They were just like they were falling from the sky, and they would look at black women a certain way while they do it. It's like he almost got addicted to that nonsense, but it is what it is.
right, because that is the white girls, that is the right white girls bad boy stage. I mean, that's part of it. That's one of the things in college. I mean, that's why you hear a bunch of women talk about how they kissed a girl in college and shit. That's what people do. Men do it and women do it too. So I don't know why we're acting like only women have this that men in college love the bad girl, the baddie, the hottie, the most popular, come on, why are we acting like y'all are looking for wholesome women with glasses who have their heads in the books and won't go to a college party? Why are we acting like that? That's not true, and we know it.
it,
So
it
it
really,
happens on both sides. So why are we acting like
Like,
only women are doing it, only black women are doing it? That is so fucking
man,
unfair and so untrue.
but like I said, it's a dead giveaway for insecure dudes. What I said. You can't listen to what men say. You got to listen to their actions. I'm gonna talk in generalities, but we really only have two kind of coping mechanisms, and that is to fight or run. Rather than deal with sisters, we're using the white girl to fight. It is
Right.
what it is, and I've been seeing this for so long. I'm like, yeah, he's talking shit.
Well,
when
they
a dude
can't. They
starts talking
can't
like that,
complain. They can't. Then they can't complain when these white
yes, they
girls are
can.
turning on them. Hold on, hold on. They can't complain when these white girls turn on them and go on social media and bash the shit out of them.
Well,
Mm-hmm.
they will complain.
If they do complain, they can act. They tell them,
They
are,
can
"You
complain,
went-
but they can't.
why-"
It's not justified.
yeah,
No, it's not. Of course, it's not.
yeah, but I'm gonna say this right now. White women are already on social media talking about black men already.
Yes, they
Yeah,
are.
not just not just
They
white
already
women.
started.
It's
Latino
Mhm.
Yeah,
women. There was one
Latino
video,
women started.
Uh,
one video I watched where a black woman said, "You can have them, white girl," and the white girl says, "I don't want him." "You can have them, Asian girl," and the Asian girl says, "I don't want him," and
yes,
huh?
all right,
And
look, I'm gonna
and it
say,
Oh
trickled all the way
yeah,
down.
oh
It
yeah,
trickled
like
all the way
other
down
yeah.
to a
I'm gonna
Native
say this.
American Indian girl, and
Wait,
she
wait,
said,
wait,
"I
wait,
yeah.
don't
wait.
want him."
I was like, I
Okay,
don't
wait,
want. Yes, because
wait.
women in general do not want trash men. Y'all have to get this through your head. There,
And that,
women,
that's
women
that
are.
that.
There are women out here who are accepting what they think they can get because they have low self-esteem.
Mhm.
Women with a high value of self-esteem aren't doing this shit. They're not, and that's across the races.
And that's
Okay.
what scares me the most. That's what scares me the most because where I call them Nietzschean women. They like Friedrich Nietzsche, survival of the fittest. This is not a place for no Bambi ass white girls from the 70s. They girls are stronger than they used to be. They make their money any way possible, and they don't really have a lot of mercy for soft dudes, and they don't like vulnerability in themselves. There are a lot of women being masculinized by these modern times, and that is one of the most dangerous things because there's no room, and this is the feminist angle again. There's no room in this world for men to be feminized or vulnerable and soft and open and emotional. Everybody is harder. Everybody is more hardcore than ever before. So that's what really worries me about everything. That's part of the problem why men can't talk about shit because women are tougher now than they ever have been. And instead of us looking inside to solve our problems, we're manifesting it in the manosphere.
Well, let's say
So
this about men can't. Men, there is no can't because men are up here saying all kinds of bullshit. Okay, so there is.
Yeah.
no. What we say and what we feel are two different things.
Oh
Okay,
wait, hold on. The great Kevin Smith is in the chat room. The great Kevin Smith in the chat. What's going on, Kevo? Going on, Kevo?
okay, I don't know
Anyway,
who that is or why he's great, but big up to you, bro.
yeah, yeah. But anyway. But back,
You got my super chat, right, Big J?
yeah.
I want to say this. I sent you that because first of all, I do support good content and people who are respectful towards me, and I do appreciate that. Even though you will give pushback and you don't, you say what you think and what you feel. You are just always really respectful to women, and that is what I've noticed about you. That is what I like about you. That's what I support. I don't mind pushback. I don't mind saying, "Well, now wait a minute, Burble." I don't mind that, but you allow the dialogue, and you don't get all emotional. And I'm leaving the panel then because I can't call you a piece of shit ass bitch. I'm leaving now. Like you don't do. It's just silly. It's immature, and so I just want to say I appreciate the way that you run your panels and the way that I have seen you treat women. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. I think though. I wish men would put their egos to the side on certain things and try to be a little bit more accommodating to the discussion, if not the person, uh, or the woman that they're debating against. Because
Yeah.
the way I'm looking at it, the way I'm looking at it is I'm trying to I want this conversations like this to change the culture rather
Hmm.
than change. I want to be like the big. I want this conversations like what we have right now to change the culture in American society rather than feeding the beast of just black women are bitches, uh
Yeah.
retrash butt dusties here. I really want to change the dialogue.
And it is
that
about
kind
stuff.
that kind of talk that kind of talk makes me more of an activist for black women. When I hear it, it makes me angry. I don't know where these men think that women are gonna be thrilled to hear black men talking about black women and think that that's okay. It's not okay. It's not okay at all.
Right.
Right, exactly. It's not. And I think because black women have, regardless of what men say, the truth is black women have sat quiet for so long.
Yeah.
Maybe they have their conversations in their kitchens or with their friends, but this outward, everywhere disrespect so freely with no shame, black women have not done that. And when men try to equivalate it, it's a problem because it's just not true. It's only a way to justify their own behavior. And I will say to you, black privilege, I appreciate your respect too, because we definitely have, have disagreed, but you have kept it respectful. You are a manosphere. I don't really go over there because they just turn my stomach. But and that's why I don't. I like, men get mad at Cynthia, but you're always up in her chat in her comment section. You can't change that woman. You can't change what she thinks or what she says. If it triggers you that much, just don't go over there. So I don't go to manosphere spaces, right? But you're one of the manosphere people, one of the very few claiming manosphere men that I've really been able to have a dialogue with, and we've disagreed, but we've been able to keep it respectful. So I do appreciate that. Why can't we just have the dialogue and respect each
Right.
other's differences?
Because
Why?
I want to say something along the lines of Cynthia G, because initially Cynthia G was very pro black men, right? When she first
Absolutely.
came on here, she was very pro black men until she got attacked and attacked and attacked and attacked and attacked again, and that is what turned her. Because initially she was about, upbuilding black men. She was that was her platform.
She sure was. All she talked about was the evil Abonai devils. I remember. Do you remember when she used to call them?
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
was
so
there.
I
I
mean,
was there too.
initially she was all about black
That's
men.
all
So
she was talking about. And it wasn't even what the white supremacists have done to black women. It's what they did to black men. That's
exactly,
what she's talking about. And they dragged her
exactly.
and turned on her and talked about her weave and her make. I mean, they treated that woman so damn bad. So
To be fair, go ahead.
women women adjust. I'm just okay. I just want to say this one thing, and then I do have to go because unfortunately I gotta get up in the morning. But
Well, me too.
I want to say that when Black was talking about women becoming masculinized or what have you, one thing that I want men to understand that men don't seem to grasp is that women throughout history, throughout the beginning of the time since we got here, have adjusted to our environment. So,
Yeah,
whatever environment men create, because regardless of if you want to see it as a patriarchy or not, it is societally wise, universally wise, it is. And women adapt to their environment. If you make it
hmm,
rough, a woman's going to adapt to that and she's going to figure out how to survive because we are biologically wired to care for children, whether we have them or not. It's an innate thing within us. So we will adapt to whatever environment. If you create an environment where a woman can rest, where a woman can be her full femininity and nurture and take care of you, the children, the home, she can be pleasing and sex you and feed you. That is in a woman's nature. That is what a woman wants to do. But if the
yeah,
environment is hard and rough and tough and she feels unsafe, a woman is biologically wired to adapt to the environment that is presented
facts.
before her. And
That
that
is
is
why I said, that's why I said that when these men complain about women and the types of women they're complaining about, they created those type of women.
Yeah, but to be fair, let the kid. I got to be fair with this, but what Cynthia have done to the family of Bacardi Henderson, I can't allow that to slide. I'm
what
sorry.
family is Cardi Henderson? What are you talking about?
Bacardi Henderson was no was the guy that went to Greece. He was from Austin, Texas. He went to Greece and he got killed. That black. Do you
Mhm.
remember that story about the black kid that went?
Yeah, because he was trying to get with a white girl. He was not in
That's
his
that that.
environment, and those white boys wasn't having it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm.
but those white boys that killed him, those were Serbians. They wasn't Greek.
But they were still white.
yeah, and he wasn't really he said one thing to that white girl, so that really
Well,
so like she kind of misconstrued that story,
okay,
making
but
out oh he
he's
just went over
teaching
there.
black men to stop thinking that all white women want you and your attention. And the thing about these white communities and these white men, there are still white men who ain't having that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
but
mean, I'm not
but
saying what they did was
those were
right, but
Serbians that went into Greece and killed this man.
white, still white.
Yeah, but verbal. Understand something that you
We
know.
shouldn't be equivocating. Yeah,
I'm just
it was
saying white
wrong. It was
is
wrong.
white is
Yeah,
white,
but it was
right?
still wrong. It was still wrong for her to talk all this trash about Bacardi Henderson.
And
That's why I
and
don't. That's what.
I agree with you. That could be true, right? That could be true.
Uh
But
huh.
here's the thing, and I think maybe Pure is coming from the same place as I'm coming from, and she can correct me if I'm wrong. It's hard for me to give outrage when every time a black woman is killed or murdered, whether she's with a black man or whether she left him because he was abusive, or whether she wanted child support, or whether she was with someone of another race, black men run all across all avenues of social media and celebrate it and
Yeah.
make her the victim, make her the villain in the story. They justify a black woman's death every time it happens. So I cannot build up, I would like to build up outrage. I would like to be able to do that. But black men do not allow me to do that. Because when I look and see how black women are spoken about by black men who get
Yeah.
killed, they celebrate it. They celebrate it. They justify it. And so I don't
Remember
think
that
that
woman
should
that
up
was beaten up.
outrage for it. I'm sorry. You all are getting exactly what you tapped in the game.
Yeah.
You didn't want this
But
book.
like, don't let the broken part of the internet speak for all men. It's like you got to understand that some of these guys are talking on the internet through Dunkin' Donuts Wi-Fi because they're homeless. You
Right,
know?
but that's fine. But when there's not enough black men who say, "Hey, I'm not them," and they refuse to speak up and their voices be louder, then
True.
those black men, their voices are going to be. And guess what? The squeaky wheel gets the oil, baby. That's just what it is. So if you don't want people to see you that way, then the voices of you black men who are seeing beyond the rhetoric, and you're saying, yes, black men do hold some accountability here. Yes, we do need to tighten up. If you will not allow your voices to be louder because you're afraid of the pushback from other men,
Yeah.
then you're going to get what you get. This is a cause and effect situation here. It is what it is.
Yeah.
So you got to stand up against it loudly and be louder than them so we see you more than we see them, or you're going to keep getting this type of back and forth because we're not seeing enough men say, and your voices aren't loud enough to say, hey, wait a minute. No, no, no. Why don't y'all find each other and build a manosphere platform that truly is what it was supposed to be? Why not do
Yeah.
that?
That is exactly why I'm right back in square one where I started. These men don't recognize their own frailties and vulnerabilities, and they're hiding it behind alpha male puffery. Like
Yeah.
if you even know what's going on in the manosphere, the white manosphere, this one dude was doing gay porn while he was selling alpha male lessons. And then there's the fresh and fit nonsense where they're mad at China Doll because she stood up to them by calling them mean. And I'm telling you, it's just insecurities masquerading under
Well,
this body armor of alpha male nonsense. And I'm like, alpha male is not going to make it past 22. The concept of an alpha male is not going to make it past 2022. Like
Which is why
it's just
which is
it's
why
taking too much L's.
which is why I told BGS when he was saying he hoped for the economy to crash so that women would run to them. And I said, no, if the economy crashes, there's not going to be women running to you. However, there's going to be a lot of you dudes putting on some lipstick and sucking other men's dicks. That's what's
Yeah.
going to happen.
hello.
If the economy collapses, we're going to go into full communism, and the state is going to control the state is going to control the economy and the right to violence, and any dude that acts a fool is going to get shot by the army. That's pretty much what I see is going to happen.
And
You
yeah,
know,
you're gonna have a lot more black men dead if they think that they're gonna about to just go ham and
it's
run.
it's not
It's just not about
it's not a good look. It's not a good look. I
right.
really do think that black men need to buy into this, to the future, because right now we're seeing other immigrants come into our neighborhoods, get married, vote, get city jobs and stuff like that, and they're going to be running our communities like prison wards. Like, they're going to be the wardens, and we're going to be under them. So a lot of the manosphere shit does not work. It's not going to help us in the long run, and
Doesn't
that's
help.
what keeps me up at night. The fact that Queens, no, not Queens, like Brooklyn and black neighborhoods are just going to be prison yards, extended prison yards with longer, with more steps. You know, and,
And that's
we're
what I'm
just
saying.
fun.
It's like that's the thing. It's like I think that people don't, and Cynthia's harsh. Yes, she is. Let me tell you, when I first stumbled upon her and she was talking about white folks, I was clutching my pearls. And some of the things that she has the courage to say or the gall to say about black men in the situation, I can clutch my pearls to that too. But what I can't do is deny the truth of what she's saying. I can't deny the truth of what she's saying because she is doing commentary of what she is seeing and what we are all seeing. And
Yeah.
when you do actually care, like she does, not to the extent that men want her to, as far as being a coddler and a pick me and all of that stuff. No, no, no.
Mm-hmm.
But what she has is an understanding. This is how I see it. The black men can do better. And when a woman knows, it's like a woman with her husband, right? You love your husband, but you also see his weaknesses. And I think your job as a wife is to be able to pull his collar and say, "Hey, babe, this is where you're falling short. Let me show you a different way. Why don't you see it this way? Let's unpack this right here. Why do you feel you need to do that? I think you could do it better. Because I see greatness in you. I see that you could do this, then this, and do it a different way. That is really what's being said, but black men can't hear it because they can't get past the fact that they're not being worshipped and saying that everything you do is perfect. It ain't nothing anybody does is perfect. Ain't nothing. We have accountability to take as black women too. And part of it is the fact that we have some accountability for this situation that we have also created with black men, because we have loved and coddled and spoke life into our quote unquote men to the detriment of them. And that is true love. It's not telling you what you want to hear all the damn time. It's not patting you on the back for a job not well done just because you got melanin. No, your melanin is rich. Your melanin is greatness. But if you can't see it, well, damn it, I can't be the one to just force you. If you don't want to see it, well, then I'm gonna move on down the road and I'm gonna divest from your dysfunction. That's what I'm gonna do, because I ain't got the time on this planet to to devote to making you see something that's right in front of your face that you refuse to see. All you want to do is point fingers and complain instead of being the men that you were created to be and taking charge of this shit. Like, God damn, what the fuck?
And that is half the situation. That's half the solution. That sisters of this generation need to raise their sons to be life partners above all, everything, because it's going to get rough. It's going to get rough. I mean, like, uh, didn't all these rappers die in their 50s begging for life and stuff like that? You know, yeah. Anyway, look, it was a great talking to y'all. I'm gonna have to check out. My phone is at 20% right now, and it was wonderful speaking to you again, Pure Butterfly Spirit, and you,
Nice
Miss
speaking to you too.
Miss Assassin. Thank you kindly, and Big J, thanks for hosting this.
I appreciate the conversation, and I really do appreciate the respect, because I don't get it that much here on YouTube.
All
So
right,
it,
peace.
I pointed out, and I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Big J, I gotta go too because it's 12:30. I gotta take my butt to sleep. Okay. Pure.
Thanks for the conversation, Verbal. I
Good.
appreciate it.
Yes, it is always a pleasure. You all right in my book, okay? So,
Thank you.
and I hit the link because you always be up here windmilling by yourself, and I was like, I got a little time. Let me hit this link for Pure. And
Thank you.
Yes, and Big J, thank you, my brother. I appreciate you. Okay, thank you for being a really gracious host. All right. I'm the verbal assassin, and you've received your verbal lashing. Peace.
Big J, you there? Big J? Hello? I don't know. Maybe Big J went to the back. Exposure. What do you mean? So can you expound on that? Because what I'm saying is that if the economy and everything breaks down, a lot of these dudes that are hoping for the economy to break down are going to be in the same predicament they're wishing women to do. That was my point. That was exactly my point. Don't wish that on women, because a lot of men will be in the same position as those women that they wish that on. That was my point.
I'm back. I'm back. I'm sorry. I am verbal left, and
Yes.
so has black privilege left too. Then
Yes.
okay.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Yeah. This live stream. My God. I'm still kind of concerned about wacky. That.
But Big J, Verbal didn't say anything bad to him. All she asked him was to please quit calling me a female. I'm asking you to call me a woman. And she said it over and over. She didn't say anything bad to Wacky.
Yeah, I understand that. I understand that. You know. But when I try to get him to come back in, and then though he said, "Fuck that," um, you know, um, you know, I thought well then when he said "fuck that," nah, fuck that, there won't be next time. When he said that, I was like, oh shit, um, it's I guess he don't want to. Anyway,
I
you
mean,
know,
I get you. I get how you feel. Like, like you don't. Is you're like between a rock and a hard place. But literally, Verbal didn't say anything bad to him. She just asked him to quit
right,
saying.
right. I understand that. I understand that. I mean, she has every right to say that, and I do agree with her on that aspect. And it's like what I was trying to tell that the 504 in the chat room.
Hmm.
A lot of guys on here don't know how to communicate. They don't know how to communicate even to each other.
I
Uh,
understand, and that's the dilemma with everybody in their relationships, because nobody, okay, especially women. I'm speaking for myself, but
hmm
when I come home, I like my peace, right?
right.
I don't want to bring. Ideally, people want to be in relationships. In an ideal relationship, you're in love and you get along with somebody and you have harmony, you have peace and harmony in your home. But if you know that 9 times out of 10, you're going to be in a relationship and you can't communicate, and it's clear that a lot of these men don't want to communicate, like Verbal was pointing out, right? Just the
hmm
littlest things, saying, please don't call me, please don't call me a female. I'm a woman. And after saying that several times and still not getting, it's like nobody wants to go through those kind of relationships in their real life. This is why women want to be able to provide for themselves. It's why they want to, have, homes that they can build peace with, and they don't want to be disrupted. They don't want to have somebody that's purposely trying to disrespect them. And as much as these men say women need to work on things, and we all do. I mean, that's human nature. You're always trying to perfect yourself and work on things, within yourself that are defective, and try to
hmm
correct things. But when you got men who literally don't want to do any work on themselves, and instead of doing the work on themselves, they get on YouTube and make video after video after video after video talking about women and what will happen, what they wish to happen on a meltdown of the society structure, and thinking that when that meltdown happens, it's going to force women to be with them, instead of saying, okay, well, why don't I just correct the defective shit within myself? And then maybe I'll be the type of man that a woman would want to willingly come be with, spend her time with, and devote herself to. But instead of them saying that, they rather stay defective, create a system where everything's broke down, where there's no economic resources or anything to force a woman to stay with him. Do you see the defective? I mean, just it's dysfunctional and it's defective to think like that. You get what I'm trying to say? You want to force a woman to be with you in a shit hits the fan type of situation, where you're going to constantly still be fighting because there's no magic wand that's been wove around, or shook around you, making things be perfect. I mean, these are the type of men that claim they want to lead. Like, how are you going to be a leader? How can these men be leaders? And why would a woman want him to be a leader if that's how he thinks? I just don't understand it. I don't understand thinking like that, and thinking that women are going to come running to you just because you got some food in your closet or something. Come on.
All right. Well, my laptop's about to die though, so you
All
know,
right, Big J.
yeah. This is I'm kind of happy about this live stream because I actually defeated BGS's talking points, but but at the same time, this has ramifications that I'm gonna have to is going to come up tomorrow. So so um, you know,
I mean, what can you do? I mean, Verbal wasn't in the wrong, and I don't know why Wacky got off the panel.
I was
Why
trying to
couldn't
get
Wacky?
I was trying to get Wacky up here, and he said like fuck, he said fuck that, and I said, well, maybe next time, Wacky, and Wacky said no, ain't there's not gonna be a next time. I said, oh shit, so all right, oh well.
So wait, but Verbal wasn't in the wrong. Come on now.
Well,
She wasn't. Let me ask you, how was she in the wrong for asking him to please stop calling me a female? These men don't like us calling them.
I really don't view Verbal in the wrong in asking that, and I'm thinking though from his perspective, he doesn't want, and it may be, you know what, I'm not gonna pull, you know what, I'm gonna leave that part alone, but I'll say this though,
What?
I'll say this because just to extend some good faith, I believe though he thought that she was trying to control him, and he didn't like anybody to he didn't want nobody to to tell him what to do, how to talk.
She
Uh,
asked him, can she, this is how she said it. Can you please stop calling me a female? I feel it's very disrespectful. Can you call me a woman, because that is what I am, right?
right.
He purposely chose to continue to call her a female.
Hmm.
So while we're sitting here talking about relationships and people being in relationships, this is exactly why women are leaving men in relationships and leaving these men alone, because you can't reason with men who purposely want to be that. It's a control mechanism. I mean, I like Wacky, I get along with Wacky, but Wacky was in the wrong. I'm going to be straight up. He was in the wrong by continually calling her a female. They don't like us calling them males. You know what I'm saying? Even though a lot of these dudes on here are males, they act like males. They don't present themselves as women. I mean, as men. And So her telling him, please call me a woman. I'm a woman. Don't call me a female. These females, I'm not a female. Please don't do that. So she wasn't disrespectful to him.
Right, right, right.
So what are you worried about?
Mm, I don't know. I don't know. It's just that I have this nagging feeling that it's gonna be used against me, though.
Big J, can I say something? You can't
Yeah.
control what every ounce of what people say on panels, okay?
True. True.
You
True.
cannot.
True.
I mean, you can't control what people say. These are grown adults. These aren't children. Everybody's a grown adult here.
True. You're right.
And I'm going to be honest with you. I don't feel bad about saying what I said. Why would all these so-called white women absorb you black men? I don't care how people take it. The point is, what do you as a black man have to offer? That's not racist.
It's
I'm
not.
asking I'm
It's not
asking a legit question. Why would they? And when
exact.
you see
Is that exactly the point? Because based on the argument, based on the argument by BGS and some of the SYSBM, they think it is sexual prowess. The only thing though BGS offered was sex to white women, as if though that's supposed to be a universal reason why these white women are going to absorb black men. No, women are women, so therefore they got needs outside of sex.
if a woman is, let me just say this. If a woman is all about that sex, right?
Hmm.
Do these men not know that just like men pay for prostitutes, women can pay for male escorts.
Right, exactly.
So if it's about the dick, right? Women make money and they can, if they can pay for somebody to come and service them just the way that men pay for women to service them, and then send them on their merry little way home. And these women go and they take a really good bubble bath afterwards and go to sleep. So
Mm.
why would women choose them? What qualities do they have? If it's about the dick, a woman can pay somebody to service her. There's male escorts out there. And then she can get as sexy of a man as she wants. So what makes them so special? That's all I'm asking. Let me see. Verbal says, let me see. She says, if it if it is, I will take the heat, Big J. And then she says, but I asked for him to speak to me in the way that's respectful to me, and he blatantly refused and told me, I don't care how you feel. There is no longer any need for me to continue the conversation. You hear that?
Yes, yes.
So I mean, come on. Wacky was in the wrong on this one. Sorry.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. Well, anyway. I'm gonna get off of here. It's
All
my
right,
battery's
Big
about
J.
to die, and I know I left. Somebody called me, so I left. So I just I don't know why I left. I know why I left. I don't know why somebody had to call me in the middle of a live stream, and I had to leave. I kept been in and out of this live stream. So
Why? Do
so
I know who that person is?
no, no, no,
Oh, okay.
no.
All right, Big J. Thank you
All
for
right,
having me on.
all right
Good night,
then.
everybody. Good
All
night,
right.
Verbal. Okay,
Oh
bye
yeah,
bye.
and the next video I'm gonna do is on MLK and the disrespect of the civil rights movement in this space. That's gonna be the topic for next Monday or so. So anyway, like, share, subscribe. Uh, I want to thank everybody who showed up. Um, Pure Butterfly, my co-host. Thank to her. Thank you, Wacky World. Thank I Am Verbal. Uh, Black Privilege. Long time, man. Oh, shout out to the great Kevin Smith. I got. Hey, everybody, subscribe to Kevin Smith's channel. Subscribe to Kevin Smith's channel, y'all, because Kevin Smith has the idea for the black tax. He got the idea for the black tax. So so subscribe to Kevin Smith's channel when he talking about the black tax. Iron Fist, uh, Care 504, the lovely Mother Earth. You so man, you're a beautiful woman. God damn, you're beautiful. Let me tell you right now. Listen. Listen. If I was close to you, I would holler at you, Mother. If me and you was close, I'll holler at you. Tell you that right now. Anyway, let me get off of here, y'all. Let me get off of here. Um, Joe John. Let me see who else. Oh, I see that Russian bot in here again. Hold on, let me get rid of this Russian bot. You block that Russian bot. Get up on out there. Cashmere. What's going on, Cashmere? Long time, Cashmere. Shit. My battery about to die. Zio. What's going on, Zio? Going on, Zio. Appreciate it. Let me get rid of another Russian bot out of here, too. Get rid of your ass, too. See, if I wasn't away from my computer, NYC song, man. Hey, you know what? I can't go to everybody. My computer about to die. Thank you all for showing up, and thank you for the donation, Jersey Hammer, you as well. So anyway, yeah, I'm out in peace.